Can I comment now? Can't post message to some channels. Like, what the fuck? There we go. I don't know if you guys can type in there or if even anyone's here. I don't think anyone's here actually. Which is kind of weird. Actually, go to my channel here. Yeah, it says I'm doing it with Restream. Let's see here. I'll figure this shit out yet, guys. Figure since no one else is going live tonight, I'd give it a shot. I tried this damn Restream. What's up, JM? How do I invite people? Hold on. I think I got it figured out. It's taking me a little while. Oh, shit. Paste. There we go. I think that's it. Pin it to the top. Yeah, it took me like freaking 10 minutes to figure out how to get chat where I could read it. Or actually, where I could post a chat and then I could read it. Kind of bizarre, this Restream. You gotta ask JM. I'm blaming him. He knows what's going on. I have no clue. What I do know is I'm getting stoned because no one chose to go live tonight. It's where I could talk, so fuck it. I'm going live. And I don't think I have any strikes. You know, hey, JM, is Restream, if I like get a strike on Restream, is it the same as getting a strike on, oh, I guess it would be a strike on YouTube if I'm hooked up with YouTube, so it doesn't matter. Fuck. Oh, well. I'm thinking about it, 79. Yep, all right. I thought about it. I'm not going to do it. But for you, I thought about it. What the hell? What was that? What's up, Gerald? Trying this Restream shit. Let's see if it works. I never strike out. I know how many drinks it takes to get to the center of that Tootsie Pop. Usually 3 drinks and boom, you're in. Especially if you know the bartender and he makes drinks a little stronger. Then you got it going on. You're backstage. How can I see backstage? Where's backstage at? JM? At the top by number 3. Hold on, wait. I'm backstage. You will see me at the top right by the number 3. Oh, hold on, wait. How do I... There we go. Did I add you?
I think you did it, man.
Holy shit. Right on.
George, I think you got it.
Man, this is wild, bro.
Well done. And hey there to 79, Gerald, P. Nice.
P. Nice is here? I didn't see P. Nice.
Yeah. I wasn't typing in the chat so much there because I was trying to get on.
There he is. No, that's Pete Repeat.
Okay.
Oh, no, there's P. Nice. I see it. What's up, everybody? Just hanging out because no one else has gone live tonight, and 79 was complaining that she had no one to chat to delete their channels. So I was like, okay, Oh, there she is, Miss. I don't do my Fridays anymore. What's up, girl? You know I had to jump on that one. Again, I'm not getting a strike tonight for you, though, Indy.
Is Indy here? I don't see Indy in the chat here.
Yeah. Well, I'm on the yacht YouTube chat because the Restream thing is real small and it actually stopped.
Yep, and that's the same thing on mine. It's stopped as well. It doesn't seem to just auto scroll.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're.
there. Okay, so yeah, back on YouTube, I see Indy now.
Yeah, I'm that Restream. You got to actually physically scroll down to keep up with chat. It seems like it's not an auto, or if it
That's
is, I haven't
weird.
figured it out.
On YouTube, it says Pete repeat, but on StreamYard, it says P nice.
Well, I actually there's Pete and Repeat and P Nice.
Okay.
There's two different gentlemen's.
Indy blocked me. 79's funny. So now another cool feature there is at the top in Restream, just to the left of chat, you should see a toggle switch that says chat overlay. And if you hit that,
Overlay, okay.
then all the comments.
Oh, there we
appear on
go.
the screen.
That one should scroll then, shouldn't it?
That one will auto scroll for you. Yeah. But it's different because the newest comments appear at the top, as opposed to the
Oh
newest.
wow. Okay, I was looking at the bottom.
Yep.
Go torture Nickel. Nah, Nickel got thrown off the train. What's up, Snooks?
We got Snooks in here too. Hey, Snooks.
About damn time, man. It's like you gotta bribe some people to come to your live streams or something. That or bribe Indy not to have a live stream so people will come over to my live stream too. Yeah, I don't know how to do the picture thing.
Oh, like flying through space and all that?
Yeah.
That's on the right-hand menu. I think it's design is what they call it. And then the top 4 or 5 have like a little, looks like a movie icon. And those are the ones, that are sort of animated. And then the ones behind that, I think is kind of like what you've got as a default right now with the blue where it's just stationary. But go to design and scroll down a bit.
Oh, background. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, wait, where did it go?
That one looks like it's just black. Try one of. You should see. There you go.
It's not staying on there though. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, somewhere in there too, it'll have the animated ones. There's 5 or 6, like where you're flying through space or where you're actually going through this green tunnel.
I like this green tunnel, man.
Nice.
It's tranquil.
79 is trying to get everyone to delete their channel.
Well, there are too many people on YouTube, and if they delete their channel, more people will come on my show. So I support her. Hey, what's up, Cheryl? 79. Hello, my weird friend.
Hey, Cheryl. Good to see you. Oh, and you know what? That was the problem there. Is okay, so now the chat, you could probably get rid of that overlay. I'm noticing the normal chat that we see is entering from the top to the bottom as well. That's why it appeared like it wasn't scrolling. Got it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, mine's it goes from the bottom. When yeah.
It's the opposite. It's the opposite of what you see on the YouTube tab, and it's the opposite of what you see in StreamYard. So the newest comments appear at the top. Now I got it. See, I kept trying to scroll down to catch up in the chat, but the more you scroll down in Restream, the more you go to the older comments. The newest comments are always at the top.
Okay, now how do I get rid of this overlay? Hide chat overlay. There it is. Okay.
There you go.
Now
Okay, nice. Yeah, so now you should be able to see it in Restream. Just make sure you scroll to your top in chat, and then it should automatically keep you up to date. Of course, Neil likes you, Snooks.
Yeah, sure.
Really likes you.
Why not? Everybody likes Snooks.
See, and then in that same section there, when you first brought me onto the panel, where that number 3 was,
Yeah.
you can adjust my volume or your volume in there too.
Right on.
If you want, like, say, if for example Snooks came up and she was talking too loud, you could turn her volume down for her. Hey, B. Taylor. Good to see
Trying
you.
to figure out how to get that scene back.
It's in design on the far right. And it's actually, I think it's playing in behind us.
Yeah, how do we get us smaller?
So just go back to the layout in the center of your screen, just below the center. It'll give you all the different layout views. Just click on a couple different ones until it shrinks us back down. For sure, one of them, yeah, that's one. That's another one. Thanks for bearing with us, guys. I think this is the first time Neil's streamed on Restream in a while, and they've changed. Oh, go back. You had it. Yeah. So now you should be able to go to design on the far right menu.
There we go.
By George, he's got it.
It took a little while. Yeah, thanks for your cooperation there, peoples.
I'm glad I checked.
Hey, B, what's up? B. Taylor's here. I like the chat over there.
Yeah. And I cannot adjust my own volume. Only
you want me to adjust it up or down for you?
I'd say only if someone in the chat says, "Hey, JM's way too loud." Like 79 might say that, or if someone says our volume is way out of balance.
Don't tempt me, Snooks. So I saw Indy on the Ninja show, and I told her, I says, I can ban you here, girl.
You know what? I have not made it out to any of Ninja's live streams recently.
Yeah, I noticed. I haven't seen you.
It's weird. It's like the timings. I don't know if he's streaming at different times.
Dude, he is a fucking loose cannon. He doesn't. There's no specific. Yeah, there's no specific time for him.
Yeah.
It's just,
but man, when he goes live, the people pile in there pretty quick.
Boy, howdy. Yes, they do. And it's fun. What's more fun is when I can make him crack up when he's on doing a live stream.
I think we should see if we can get some more people on the panel, even if they just want to say hi for I
Oh,
mean,
it's pinned to the top. Anyone that wants to come up, at least it should be. I think.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's how I always do it, man. Oh, and by the way, I want to pat myself on the back for bringing you guys information on platinum a year and a half before the World Platinum Council brought it to you.
Yeah, good job on that.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about platinum, but yeah. We're talking about you, 79, because we have nothing better to do.
I see and hear more people talking about platinum.
Yeah,
These
it's getting there. It's getting there. A
Chad?
lot more people are getting there. Chad, what's up, my man? Yeah, platinum's getting a lot more attention coming up because it's fixing to bottom out and rocket up.
Yeah,
Even
it's
with that report that the World Platinum Council put up, it actually caught attention of investors, the higher dollar investors, and they're starting to look more at it too. And
yeah,
it's
it's
now
not
that
taking off because of momentum.
uh,
It's not because it's
it,
running.
it's got the momentum. It's got more than momentum. It's got suppression also, and once the suppression gets broke, the momentum is going to leapfrog it, and they're going to lose the suppression very 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 shortly. I would imagine. This is the way I see it playing out. There's going to be a crash, but everyone's going to be made aware of certain sectors that are going to take off. Even during a crash, they're going to be good. From certain stocks to cryptos to PMs, there's lifelines, and there's going to be a lot of lifelines out there for people to grab a hold of, that more so than in any other crash. And if people are aware of it, there's going to be a lot of people making a lot of money during this crash. That's why I keep talking about it. Ninja keeps talking about it, because there's a lot of people are going to make some money on this if they're aware of it. People keep talking negative. Yeah, and I've already brought this up too. During the 1929 depression, 75% of the people in America were working. So was that really bad? They only show pictures of the bad stuff. And yeah, people had to tighten their belts at the house, sure. But it would have been better had we had Social Security back then. So it's not going to be as bad as people think. It's going to be bad, but it's going to be more purging of the CCP out of our stock market. And that's why we're going to have the crash, in my opinion. And that's also the same time that purge is going to come from the suppression of the platinum price. Because once we rinse China out of our stock market and out of our economy, they're going to be folding, because they're getting a lot of fucking money from us, a lot of money. And when we chase them out and crash our stock market to purge them out, they're going to be DOAs economically, so they won't have the ability to suppress platinum, and they'll still have the contracts to have to buy platinum. So whoever's got platinum is going to be very well off. Or if there's a new platinum company out there in a country like in North America, they're going to be really well off.
Gee, I wonder if there's any companies like that.
I don't know, man. I've been looking around. Yep, clean air metals, baby. And as far as the energy sector goes, that's the sector that's going to take off. And I suggest everyone look at it. If there's a crash coming, like most people say there's going to be, look at the nano nuclear energy and energy cycle sector, because it is going to rebound quicker than hellfire. But it will probably drop a little bit, but it'll rebound real fast. And the reason why I say that, go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say it's necessary. I think 2/3 of the world's population is still living in poverty.
Yeah. A lot of things are going to be cleaned out. And the reason, and see, that's the funny thing. If you go back 20 years, it was probably about the same number. And even after this USA thing, where we're giving all this money away, tens of billions of dollars, numbers haven't changed. So obviously there's corruption there, and money never got to where it was supposed to go to change those numbers, because that's why we gave the money in the first place, was to change that number.
Yeah.
Most of the money America has given USAID is to supposedly help people who are impoverished and hungry and in need of medicine, to get them out of that scenario. That shouldn't be a continuous 20-year progress. It should show progress after 20 years, not worse. So we've been throwing a lot of money away. It's not going to be thrown away. I don't know. I've been looking at history, and I see, since I've seen what Congress has done by allowing certain financial institutions to make stable coins and back them 1-to-1 with the dollar, that is almost an exact replay of the 1836 to 1862 economy, where Congress allowed individual banks to create currency, and it benefited the consumer like hardly any other time in history. Mortgage rates were low, interest rates on savings were highest, because banks were competing for the customer, because they weren't using the same bill. They got credit for more people using their bills over the other bank's bills, so they competed. And that same thing's going to happen in the digital marketplace, and that's going to, and it's, again, I say the digital marketplace, and that's going to bolster our economy, take care of all this crap shit debt stuff going on, all the trade, all the fraud of wasteful spending, and all this other stuff, because those financial institutions will have to be held accountable for their investments, because they'll be competing for investors, and the whole game changes.
Hey, Finshaw.
Finn, what's up, my man?
Klaus Schwab just called, and he has a message for everyone, and it is eat the bugs.
Ooh, I need to get a picture of a chocolate-covered grasshopper.
There you go. I was actually at a store today that sells chocolate-covered crickets, which I would not recommend, and I'm going to get rid of this guy's picture here momentarily, too. I just thought that was funny. There we go. Wow, it's actually letting me load quite a few backgrounds here.
How do you load backgrounds?
It's pretty much the same as StreamYard. Go to, it doesn't say setting. There's just
Like 3 dots at the bottom left?
there's no, on my screen anyway, it's just to the center of the screen that we see. You'll see the share screen, the plus, and then to the right of that is the gear. And if you hover over that, it says
Hold on a second here. Share screen. I don't even see that.
Okay, on the left, there's a little microphone icon. And then right of that, there's a camera icon.
Nope. Oh, yeah, at the bottom. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you got those 3 dots?
To the far right where it says settings, there's like a gear beside the plus.
I have a menu. It doesn't say settings. Oh, settings. Okay, I got to go settings then. Okay. Virtual. Okay, there's more steps to get to it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just harder to get to. It's not as easy as StreamYard.
Yeah, I'm going to delete that Klaus Schwab picture and put something else in there. While I'm here, I may as well, right?
Huh?
I might as well while I'm here.
I'm going to put a picture up of Indy with her kids.
Well, I got a picture of 79 right here.
There you go. Put it up.
Okay, hold on. I have to upload it first.
Yeah, so I'm getting some here.
There it is. Lyme disease is parasites too. Yeah, I think, well, ticks are known to carry Lyme disease.
Ticks, as I believe, are actually the only way you can get Lyme disease that I know of. And they actually, I believe, are more from the deer tick of the species of ticks that out there. Don't hold me to that.
Right. That is right. And this will be interesting, actually, see how many pictures can load
It
in
probably
here.
just do like 12 or something. Yes, 79. I'm a slow learner. See, that's why you don't want to chase off or run over possums because they can eat up to 5,000 ticks a day. You will live a happier, healthier life if you see possums around. Because every time you see a possum, there's no ticks around. I see about 5 possums a night coming by eating the cat food late at night, and I'm happy as hell to have them eat that cat food because I know they ate ticks on the way. If there was any ticks, they're gone before they get to cat food. None of the outside cats get ticks because of it, which is cool. And then I have peppermint planted all over the place that the cats have to run through to get to the food, and that chases off the fleas. So,
Do you put
it's
like flea collars on the cats?
no, I grow peppermint. They hang out. If they have the fleas start bothering them, they'll hang out around the peppermint, and the fleas will jump off of them. And if they get the oil of the peppermint on it, which they usually do when they walk through it, it's a flea deterrent. So my outside cats really don't have fleas because of the plants that I grow.
Gotcha.
Kind of fucking cool if you know shit, huh?
Hmm.
You
So
want to
yeah,
keep.
that's not an actual picture of 79, but that was the image that I used to portray her in that shaving the elephants video.
I have a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime I could use as my picture.
There you go.
but I'm not 245, I'm only 145.
Last time I weighed myself, I was 225.
Holy macaroni and cheese.
225. Yep.
Why is Nickel in trouble, Gerald? Peppermint's a real good idea. It'll keep your dogs, cats, put it in areas you know that animals romp through regularly. Put it around those areas, and whenever they come through, it's an automatic defleer.
Peppermint tea is really good too.
And I've got peppermint, I've got rosemary, and I've got lavender out in the yard. All of them are good for different things, along with pretty flowers, except for the peppermint doesn't have a pretty flower. What just happened?
Um, One thing that happened is I muted myself.
Ah, it's the background. Okay. Are you wondering what that background noise is?
No.
Okay.
But I was going to say, you may want to keep your eye on that top right hand corner for where you brought me onto the panel.
Just in case someone else decides to come up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll stick it on there since I got chat up on this other screen so that way I can see both at once.
There you go.
They have chocolate and orange peppermints you can plant. Interesting. I might have. I'm worried
Sounds
about
like it might be GMO though, right? Genetically modified.
Probably is.
Still sounds good though.
It damn sure does. No, Gerald, you're too late, bro. That's why
Oh, that's funny.
I couldn't stand the stuff he was talking. I was like, come on, man. Wait, hey, you guys, wake up to what's coming, bro. I mean, he's gonna be fine. He's got silver and gold. He'll be fine, but he's missing out on everything else. So I mean, he's not like he's gonna be poor. He's just not gonna be, grabbing all the opportunities because he's closed-minded. And that's cool. Everyone has the right to do their own thing. I can't put up with it when I'm trying to help people out to be open-minded to every opportunity. I can't have someone around, wanting to close their minds to every opportunity. It's counterintuitive.
Seemed to me, he's pretty well diversified. Like he's into all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, physicals.
All sorts of stuff.
The only thing is, and there's going to be good money in the physicals, of course, but we're moving into a digital economy, so the big money's going to be the digital part of it. There we go.
Hey, we've got Snooks in the house. Hey, Snooks.
Indy talked her into coming up. Oh, look at that! You scared her off. Oh, look, she said, "Hey, check this out, Snooks. We're not having an open door, shut door policy where you just fucking revolving door come and go. You gotta stay for a little bit, girl."
She's probably just getting her audio and everything set up.
Restream is a little different than StreamYard, so yeah, I would not doubt that one bit.
But Snooks, if you are talking to us, we do not hear you at this point, or at least I don't.
I don't either, and I have no problem with that, to be honest with you. I'm playing.
Just check on that top right thing, and just make sure that her volume's not turned off or anything. Oh, it's okay. So she says in private chat she cannot unmute.
What?
See if you can unmute her.
How would I do that?
In the top right, you'll see me and her there. See if you can adjust her volume or turn her volume on.
Okay, hold on. Let's see here. 3 dots. Edit name, hide camera, audio, remove yes, no, that's not it.
Audio. Go to audio.
Okay, maybe that is it. I kicked her out. Hold on. Did I kick her out? No, I didn't kick her out, but she's not up there anymore. So apparently that's not the right thing to do. Hide camera. Okay, that was hide camera. I didn't want to do this. That's not what I wanted to do. Her volume's showing at 100%, but I'm not seeing anything come through with the green lines going up and down like when you and I talk.
Well, Snooks, the mute and unmute button is right below the center of the screen. There's a little microphone icon.
Got it.
There you go.
Got it.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
No.
I didn't think you could. I don't have my icon up here. I don't know how to do that. But Neil, am I too loud?
Yeah, you were. I took care of it. Don't worry about it, girl.
Okay, if you can turn me down, that's fine. Since it's your stream, I'm going to strive to be very polite.
You don't have to be yourself. I just wanted to turn the volume down so it doesn't blare my ears out. That's all.
Oh, well, I don't know if I can turn the volume down.
No, you don't have to. It's cool right now.
To me, the two of you sounded balanced. Maybe it's mine that's too low.
No, you're fine. No, I can't be me, Neil. You'll kick me off and ban me from your chat. I can't believe you even modded me.
I'm a nice guy until I'm not.
I know, but we're always not nice to each other.
No, we're just jabbing at each other.
Sometimes. Yeah, we do. We do.
Throwing jabs is different than being mean.
Yeah. Hi, JM.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of verbal jousting.
Well, I think sometimes I get mean, and so I just want to apologize.
Really?
Girl, I was raised by a Navy guy and been an iron worker. I think my last feeling got ran over like 40 years ago.
You've been a lot of things. I did have a question I wanted to ask you because this is your specialty, Neil. I have silver jewelry and I have a platinum ring and I have gold jewelry. I understand that diamonds aren't good for resale. They don't care about that.
Diamonds, people aren't talking about it, but diamonds like, and I spoke about this, the reason why BRICS initially courted, or China of BRICS courted South Africa to join BRICS back in 2011, they said was for 3 key minerals they had, which was diamonds, gold, and platinum. And since that time, there's been 2 other diamond mines discovered. and De Beers Diamonds had a 100% control on the price of diamonds, because if you go to Namibia, which is just northwest of South Africa on the west coast of Africa, there's a river that leads down to the Pacific, and there is actually armed guards walking that beach side, shooting people for picking diamonds up. They're everywhere. So De Beers has been lying to everyone about the rarity of diamonds. They're actually not that rare.
Oh, I know about De Beers, and I also I don't buy blood diamonds.
Yeah, well, see, that's a fallacy. The blood diamond is from Namibia, and it's not a blood diamond. It's ones that kids actually just run up off the beach and pick them up off the shore, and it was affecting De Beers' bottom line, so they called it a blood diamond. Came up with a fictitious story about kids being used to mine it. When kids aren't being used to mine it, it's for millions of years. It's washed down that river into the Pacific. It's lining the coast, southern coast of Namibia, for just to be picked up. There's so many diamonds. And then Canada came up with a diamond mine. I think Iceland has a diamond mine. So De Beers lost control of diamonds and the pricing of diamonds. So no one wants to buy any diamonds anymore right now, because, like, if you're say you're 50 and your parents died and they had some wedding rings they bought like in the 40s, they overpaid big time. You probably won't get the money they paid for it.
That's
Well,
it. If you're buying diamonds retail, you're probably paying 3 to 4 times what the diamond's worth, and if you try to resell it back, they won't give you much in most cases.
Yeah.
I have a 1920s Art Deco diamond ring set in platinum that came from Europe. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous and it's a flawless diamond, but I'm feeling that the platinum's probably worth more than the diamond.
No, the whole piece sold to a collector is worth more. In a numismatic sales point, you got to look for the
Okay.
right buyer. That is worth probably a lot of money to an antique jeweler, collector
Yeah.
type person, in
Well,
its current form, unmanipulated.
yeah, I'm going to try my jewelry store, which is family owned and small, that I bought it from. I called them a couple years ago and they would look at it and maybe buy it back from me. Um,
Maybe Gerald could put up a. There is this website that my future gems that I'm making are going to be sold on, along with other things. Maybe you could put it up on that website because it's into selling stuff like that. And you can
how
put
do
your
you trust, but how do you trust doing something like that if you're going to have to send it in the mail or something?
you get the money first, and
Oh,
the
and I
trust
don't have,
and the
go
trust
ahead.
is on them that you send it.
Okay. Well, and I
So
don't
you
have a
ain't got
way
to
to
worry
take a
about that.
picture of it. I have a very simple flip phone camera, so I don't have a professional way to take a picture of it. So I will try the shop. But as far as like silver jewelry and gold jewelry, I have a heart with diamonds in it, and they're all flawless too. And it's about a carat worth of diamonds, and the chain is all gold. So in that case, is the gold worth more than the diamonds?
Hmm.
It depends what carat gold it is, for one, and what the weight of the gold is.
What
For
carat
two.
gold is the most valuable?
24.
Okay, I don't know if this is 18 or 24.
24 karat gold is pure gold. So just consider 24 karat to be 100% pure gold.
Okay.
So if you
Well,
back off to 12 karat,
yeah, I
then
don't
it's,
have any of those.
but if you did, that would be 50% gold.
Okay.
That's how the math works on it. 12 karat is, like 50% gold, probably copper and some other alloys in there as well.
Okay. Well, I think it tells what carat is on the clasps.
Yep. But you can't trust the like I'm just there's scammers out there, and I've
Well, yeah.
actually seen a couple videos recently where like the clasps are mismatched from what the jewelry actually is.
Well, that's always a possibility. These pieces were bought at good places though, and I've had them for a while.
Yeah,
And
so that's gonna be legit.
what is osmi?
Osmium, and
What is that?
it's crystallized osmium, and it actually is the new diamond as far as reflecting colored light back. It's like 10 times more reflective than diamonds.
It's
Hmm.
a metal though. It's
It
a
is. It's
platinum
the
group
eighth
metal.
precious metal, and they take and superheat it to 9,000 degrees to cause it to vaporize, and then they shoot laser on it on an inert surface, and it causes it in its mist form to start creating crystals, and they get it to form in like little disc size, and then they cut it to different shapes or do whatever you want.
So it looks like diamonds, but is it expensive as
Uh,
diamonds?
it's not yet, not
Okay.
yet. It's cheaper than diamond. It's not a jewel. It's more flat as far as that goes, but
So
it's
it's
got
not faceted?
no.
Okay. But they use it in jewelry?
Yep.
I don't
I'm
think I'd
actually
like it if it wasn't faceted.
Well, you can fasten it into the jewelry, but it's not. It's more flat disc. It's a
Huh.
different type of faceting. It's not your traditional gemstone style faceting. Now, the gemstone osmium, crystallized osmium that I'm coming up with, will be faceted like a regular gem because the osmium is going to be inside the gem with a gold bottom, and it's going to make it look like a gem, and it's actually going to come faceted
And how do you see that as being so valuable in the future?
because I said so.
Oh, well, that just says it all then.
It's
Oh,
extremely rare. Extremely rare.
Yeah, you just go off the laws of economics, scarcity, use, all this other stuff comes into play, and it's a niche market, mostly for the elite, wealthy, for jewelry. Is most There are people that use it because it's unregulated. Some of the mega rich in Europe will buy like 20 or 30 1 ounce discs of it and
hmm.
exchange it like money to where they don't have to pay duty or taxes or anything like that. But there's limited number of people they can work with like that. But they do have a group that's been doing that for like 12 years. And that's how they'll transport $10 million across country, and customs won't even touch them because they don't even know.
I'll have to
It's like
Google.
the most decentralized money out there.
I'll have to Google pictures of it.
I can show. I've just done a share screen there, Neil.
Hold on.
Well, I'm not going anywhere.
That one? Hold on.
Yep,
That one.
that's it. That's it. I'll just keep the volume on it low, but this will give you lots of nice pictures of it. It's this silvery, diamondy looking metal.
Yeah, the H and the little squares and all that's crystallized osmium.
I'm muted because I'm eating jelly beans.
Right on.
That's my downfall is jelly beans.
Ronald Reagan would love you.
Here, so they've put it in violins. That disc right there is
Yeah.
osmium. What's that
Why did
disc
they put
worth?
it in violins? Sorry.
Yeah.
60-some thousand.
Why they put it in violins? Oh, to decorate it.
It's the most expensive violin in the world now because
That's more
of that
expensive than a Stradivarius?
That is a
It-
Stradivarius.
It is a
Oh, that is a
Stradivarius. Yeah.
Oh, God, you know what? I couldn't take a Stradivarius and decorate it. A Stradivarius is valuable because it's a Stradivarius.
It's more valuable with the
Uh,
well, there's another use case right there.
I think it's abusing it when you do that to a Stradivarius. That's just my thought.
I can see that.
And that's the value of it being so old and being a Strad. I guess if
All
people want to
that
do
back there
that,
is
does
all
it make it
osmium.
play any better?
You have a misconception about Stradivarius. They can make Stradivariuses today. They're not an age, it's a style and a wood and a technique.
But it's not the same as having been made by Stradivarius.
You should be able to make a Stradivarius today that sounds exactly the same as a Stradivarius from 100 years ago.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying you're buying something that's new. You're not buying what was made back
Well, it's like buying
then
a
by
Tiffany egg.
Stradivarius.
You're not
Yeah,
buying the
Tiffany
Tiffany
egg.
egg. You're not buying the Tiffany egg that they gave the Russian czars. You're buying a replica. It's still a Tiffany egg.
Don't they have any Tiffany eggs left from that from the blah, blah, blah,
Not at
that?
Sears and Roebuck.
Well, no, I know that.
Nothing that we could afford. No, you'd have to go to like one of those expensive auction houses to
Auctions.
find that.
Yeah,
And
probably
you'd
over
be
in Europe.
paying millions of dollars for an original Tiffany egg.
I love them, but I don't want to buy one.
Yeah, basically that's crystallized osmium right there. Mostly high-end jewelry. It's big in Europe. It's making an appearance here in America. First time started about 2 years ago, and it's getting big here in America. And the price will obviously, because the supply is low, as soon as demand gets elevated, the price will go up to match the supply and demand curve.
Finn, jelly beans will not do that because women don't do that.
They flatulate.
No, no, we don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, we don't.
Yep.
And that's even a worse. That's a worse word than passing gas. I
Well,
hate that word. That word is just like brings it just I don't know. Brings up all
that's
kinds
why
of
you
bad
should stick
images.
with
Like
fart.
it's like green smoke.
Just stick with fart.
I can't do that. You know what my parents used to call it? Oh my God, I just remembered this. Shoot a
A
button.
toot.
No, shoot a button.
Shoot a button.
That's what they called it.
Now that's weird.
I was raised in a very genteel, ladylike type household with my mother and father, and who never swore.
I think you're putting ladylike on what should be weird.
No, it does. It's very strange, but they would say, did you shoot a button? And it just came back to me. It's been so long.
You know, one of the funniest videos I've ever seen was a infrared video of a subway, and you can see the people farting in the fucking hot gas coming.
Oh my God, that's not something I ever want to see. I don't want to see that.
That was. I don't ride the subway anymore. I'll tell you that. It's like, man, all day long a subway. No, hell no, thank you. I'll walk. There's health concerns here for me.
I like that necklace, but wearing it grocery
That's all
shopping just wouldn't
osmium.
work. Yeah, no, I figured that, but
2 and 3, maybe 4 millimeter squares.
I like anything that's kind of constellation looking. That's constellation looking.
That's really neat. And then they also have a reverse version of that, where everything that's black in this is osmium, and everything that's osmium
is black.
I think they show it next. Maybe not. No, this is Ian's website, who's I guess the primary dealer in the U.S.
I imagine those prices aren't up to date.
No, and this is an old video.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that.
The prices are higher than that now. So, like right now, gold is what, about $100 a gram?
Yeah.
And osmium was so it's about 15 times the price of gold per gram.
Can I just answer a question? Gerald, I live in Florida, and Boston baked beans candy is wonderful. Just wanted to say that.
Never had it.
I don't buy jewelry anymore. I mean, I guess as an investment, that would be something good to do. I was advised to buy oil stock with the
energy sector.
But I'm very iffy about spending any money right now.
I'd wait till the crash in Wall Street and then start buying. And I would definitely buy the energy sector.
Yeah, but it's dipping low. It's dipping
and
low
it's going
now.
to. Yeah, it's going to go lower.
You think so? What is the energy sector? Are you talking about oil?
Oil, natural gas, nuclear.
I can't go nuclear.
Yeah, you can.
I can't.
Even
It's against my soul.
That's change your soul.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Mom!
I won.
You're going to have to. The whole world's going nuclear. You've been sold on a lie on nuclear. The unsafeness about nuclear is as you upscale it, it gets more unsafe. As you downscale it, it becomes more inertly safe, redundantly on its own, just because of the lesser amount of everything. It's easier to control and contain and a lot more safer. They're working in Idaho right now, fast tracking with the Nuclear Regulatory Agency, nanonuclear energy, and Oklo and Dream Inc.'s micronuclear reactors, and they're showing the inert redundancies because of the smallness of it. It's impossible for it to overload or to melt or whatever the fuck happened with Fukushima or whatever. It's impossible. That's why they're getting fast tracked. It's like we were sold on nuclear being dangerous, and it is if you upscale it. If you the more you downscale it, the safer it is. If they could come up with a micronuclear cell the size of a coffee pot, it would probably you could probably carry it around in your hand. It'd be so safe.
I just didn't understand anything you said.
Cool. I
Way
said
for
buy
go for me.
nanonuclear.
Way to go.
I said buy nanonuclear energy when the crash happens. You'd be grateful.
I I don't know. I may go for the oil. We'll see.
In layman's terms, though, Snooks, what he's saying is like traditionally the nuclear technology has been these massive nuclear power plants. And so the larger the nuclear power plant is, the greater the risk really is. And so the way the technology is now is they're making these smaller nuclear reactors. Small as, like a transport truck trailer. And they're making them mobile. So when Neil says micro modular reactors, that's what he's talking about, is these smaller nuclear power plants that they're planning on using to power small cities or
Yep.
medium-sized cities even.
They got a 50-year safety record inside nuclear submarines with not one going overheating or.
Which effectively is off, like, in a way, I think you could look at that as off-grid power because it's
It
not.
is off-grid power. That's why northern Canada is going to be exploding. Hey, what's up, Knackers? Northwest Canada is going to, or northern Canada is going to be exploding with mining because the only reason that no one's up there right now is there's no power lines. And to run power lines through that kind of weather and keep and maintain those power lines not breaking down to where you have good power, it's impossible. Technologically, it's incapable of mining that area. What's going to open that area up for mining is micronuclear reactors, because you can drop it off from a helicopter, plug up some wires to it, run it straight to your mine, have your shit totally powered, no electric lines running 400 miles that are going to ice over in the wintertime and break and cut your power off and disturb your operations. It's going to be a blow and go operation, start and go, and you're going to see tons. This is a prediction from Neil. You're going to see tons of freaking mines opening up in northern Canada within 2 years.
Yeah.
Tons of them.
And they talk about how the electricity infrastructure is old and it can't handle all these electric cars and all this sort of thing. These smaller nuclear reactors deals with that, takes care of that.
Yeah, there's already companies that actually there's one company from Switzerland. They have a company they're starting. It's a micronuclear reactor company. It's Dream Inc. They're specifically designing this micronuclear reactor to do a dual use. It's going to be 60 megawatts of electrical power generation and 60 megawatts of cooling power generation. And they're building these specifically for data processing centers. So now you got to look at, why would a company want to build a micronuclear reactor specifically for large computer data centers where they could be self-containing off-grid, unless we're going to a total digital future. And the country that is got that company is Switzerland. And for the past 13, 14, 1500 years, Switzerland has been neutral in every war because they have been the banker to the world. So the banker to the world is having a special micronuclear reactor built for data processing, power usage, and cooling usage.
Because they're going to be the digital future?
Well,
they're going to be the Bitcoin future or the crypto future?
The whole world's going to be ordering them, not just them. And they're going to be ordering them from them. So they're going to get the money when the people order them, because they see the money future being a digital future where you will need at least 60 megawatts of electrical and cooling power at the same facility. The other micronuclear reactors don't facilitate that usage. So it's a niche market industry that DreamWorks is creating this specific micronuclear reactor for data processing. It's not like they're only going to build 10. They're going to build hundreds or thousands of them. And that means they're going to be all over the world. That means the whole world is going to be data processing for a digital economy for the whole world. That's what I'm saying. That's a foreteller of.
Okay. Do you know who's going to be investing in that? Elon Musk.
Shit, Neil Hahn.
Bet on it.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to be betting on it. I'm going to put
Well,
some
I'm not
money
going to
on it.
bet then because we'd both be right. So we'd both win. Who can we bet that would not agree with us, and then we can make a fortune?
No clue.
Hello? Oh,
I'm here.
I'm just
you
thinking,
don't have an answer?
No, I'm good and stoned.
Oh my God, I'm going to
thinking
write down this
maybe
date.
possibly Nancy Pelosi might bet against that.
Oh.
I don't know if she can walk upstairs, man.
She's too demented to vote against anything or vote for anything. I think she's the one who hired the guy to hammer her husband.
Probably.
She was out of town. He was there alone. Think about that.
Yeah, I think what it is I think the guy's homosexual and they were having some real freaky gay stuff going on, and the guy objected to it and used his little keyword to stop, and the guy said no, so he attacked him with a dildo.
Yeah. No, a hammer.
No, it was a dildo.
It was a hammer.
Uh-huh, sure.
Don't say that word. That's like, don't say that word. I'm moving my hands here against the computer and just kind of wiping the word away. Okay, that never came out in the news. I'm just saying. I just think there's something very suspicious about Nancy Pelosi, okay? And
there's a lot
why
suspicious about her.
Why didn't they have armed guards that night? Where were the guards?
Yeah, that's
like Skeletor.
That whole family needs to be wiped away. All the way down to her nephew, Governor Newsom.
That's not really her nephew. That's by marriage.
It's nephew.
By marriage.
Nephew.
By marriage.
Marriage nephew.
It's not by blood.
It's nephew. Arnold Schwarzenegger wouldn't have got a lot of contracts if he hadn't married Maria Shriver, a Kennedy. No, her last name's Shriver, but she's still a Kennedy.
Okay, but it's not blood relative.
And he's not a Kennedy, but he's still got access because he married a Shriver whose name is Shriver, not Kennedy. There's affiliations there.
Yes, I understand that part. I get what you're saying. I'm sure he's very happy about that. Is he still married to that woman that is Nancy Pelosi's niece?
I don't know. One of his names is Gavin Threesome because he had sex with his campaign manager's wife, so I don't know what his marital status is like.
Well, you know who he was married to was John Jr.'s ex-girlfriend.
See? Kennedys.
No, she wasn't a Kennedy.
John Jr., right?
Don Jr., yeah, Don Trump Jr.
He's a Kennedy, right?
No. Trump's son.
Oh.
He was married to... No, he was... No, he's not. I keep trying, okay. He was married to Gavin Newsom's wife. God, what is her name? She works with Trump now. Oh, she's an ambassador. I think to some bizarre country, okay. Yeah, they were together for a long time. God, what is her name? I can't remember. Anyway. Guess it doesn't matter. He's not with her now, but Trump seemed to like her and made her an ambassador.
That's Snooks, Knackers.
Who's Snooks? 22. I am Snooks.
You're
Who's
Snooks.
Asking? Oh, I know I'm Snooks. Who's asking?
Knackers O'Reilly said, "Who are we listening to?" It's Neil, Snooks, and JM.
Yes. Yes, I'm the Snooks.
I'm the space case because I'm going to be investing in space mining.
Space money?
Mining.
Oh, God. Oh, mining. Oh, my God. Not really.
Yes.
You just go for everything. You just go all out for everything, don't you?
And I get stuff to back it up. Nanonuclear energy, one of the 5 sectors of the small micronuclear reactor sectors that they're wrapping up is the space mining sector.
Space money.
So there's actually a company out there, the largest IPO for small cap companies in the world last year, that's actually doing what I just said. So apparently it's not stupid.
No, I'm not saying you're stupid. I would never say
I didn't
you're
say I said you
stupid.
were. I didn't say you said I was. I said you said it was. Space mining is stupid, but space
I
mining
said it was
isn't because
stupid.
I believed you thought that by the way you were talking about it.
Okay, you can't put words in my mouth by the tone of my
Why
voice.
not? It's my
You
show.
just
I can do what
can't.
I
No, you
want.
can't. No.
Yes, I can. I just did. I'm gonna write it
Y-
down to make it permanent.
No,
It'll
you
be
know
written
that if I'm
forever.
going to say it's stupid, I'm going to say it's stupid. I didn't say it was stupid.
Well, that's you made it sound like you felt like it was stupid.
No, I just think it's way out there.
Well, space is
Literally.
out there. It's,
Literally.
Hmm.
it's like 100 kilometers up at least.
I don't I don't do math.
Space is fake, says 79.
Okay, so was the moon landing real?
Yes.
Thank you. I can agree with you on that.
There's a lot of things I know about stuff that people don't want to agree to.
I think you know too much sometimes. Doesn't it give you headaches?
No. What gives me headaches is
No,
other
no.
people. Other people don't know a lot because I didn't go to college or shit. I was a dumbass. Well, probably not, but all I, your brain is a computer. Just do 15 minutes of learning a day. That's all you got to
I
do.
well, I
15 minutes
do.
of your day. Learn something every fucking day, and in 10 years you'll be one of the smarter people in the world.
You know, I'm happy with me the way I am right now. I don't want to cram my brain with so much info. I'm glad that you have all that info so I can ask you the questions. See? I'm smart.
I'm still learning. I'm stupid. Because every time you learn something, you realize you don't know 10 other things. So as you learn,
No,
you grow stupider.
no, but you know 20 other things.
It never gets better. Ignorance is truly bliss. But I'm just
Well,
crazy and I enjoy learning, and
you
I just
do, but
keep
you
doing it.
absorb it. You're just like this huge sponge and you absorb it all, but you never wring it out. It's always there. It's just always
that's
there.
that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's your retention. You can learn whatever the hell you want, but if you don't retain it, you really didn't learn it.
I want to tell you a secret, Neil. 79's
No,
trying to tease you.
no, she's not. She wants me to ban her.
She's
Just love.
teasing everybody.
No, I love 79. You remember when I came into JM's one day and 79 was really going at him and I thought she was a troll and I was chewing her out. And then JM goes, "Oh no, no, she's my friend. It's okay." But
Yeah,
I
that's
got
how
very
she is.
protective.
No, that's just how she is. We all
I
know that.
know and I love her. Love you 79.
She's a lot of fun.
She
You-
is.
the brain is the best AI out there, and in reality, the brain is actually the most dangerous weapon out there if you know how to use it properly.
Well, absolutely. I think of Elon Musk as being very dangerous.
I don't like the brain computer interface. I can see where people will get off on it, and I can see where the benefits short term would come from. But I think if people concentrate more on or focus more on bringing their natural abilities out and accepting their natural abilities rather than turning them off, we would go further than if we hooked ourselves up with a computer brain. But I could see where, like, if we're travel and you have like micro meteor shower and you have to move it, and there's lots of things you have to do real quick where that someone having a Neuralink interface might do better in that scenario. But in the long term, I think we should be working on advancing ourselves back to where we can say, hey, yeah, we have 37 sensors, not just 6.
What brain computer? What are you talking about with a brain computer?
Your brain is a computer. It
Oh,
is
okay.
the
You weren't
biggest
talking like having it
supercomputer.
chipped or anything.
Well, I'm talking about people having chips. I could see
Oh,
where
no.
where
No.
some people, for some reasons, it might be good, but on the whole, I suggest advancing your own brain because you will actually go further than if you chip your brain. Then if you advance your brain on your own and just keep learning shit, you'll go further than if you add a chip to your brain.
Oh,
But
no, I don't
it's like
believe
a
in
quick
chips.
fix. If you put a chip in your brain, it's like your instant Einstein.
See,
It's
this
a
is where
cheat. And
This is
the
where,
cheats always have complications or kickbacks to them.
yes, cheats. I would definitely go with that. JM, I hope I'm not over talking you.
No, don't worry. I'm almost always multitasking.
Oh, okay. This is why I'm afraid of Musk. I think he's too smart, and I think he's manipulative. Whether he knows he is or not, I think he does it very easily and subtly. I don't know. I just don't trust Musk. If you're listening, Elon, get in touch with me. I'll tell you why I don't trust you. You'll understand.
I think he'd probably giggle and say, "Yeah, go ahead, tell me."
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but I'm very blunt,
He'd be
and I'd be
open to
very
it.
honest with him and speak in plain English that he could understand and not get all complicated
I
about
will.
it.
I will say this one more time. Learn or get a little self education on. I don't know exactly what it's called. It's hand. The power of hand signals and how you put your hand together in certain ways is supposed to
You've
emulate
spoken
certain
about that, I
power
think.
structures. And if you see
Mhm.
Elon, most of the time when he's standing, he'll have his hands here. Let me get my camera going so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And I forgot the meaning. I used to know the meaning. There's a couple different hand signals. Actually, there's several.
I think
Here
all
You
you
got
I'm
to
go.
seeing
turn
is your
your virtual.
knees.
You
Yeah,
got to
how
turn
to
your. You got to turn your
settings.
virtual background
Yeah, yeah,
off.
yeah. It's taking me a while to get settings, and then okay, there we go.
Neil is
Sorry
now
about that.
doing knee signals. Oh, there it is.
See, when he's in Trump's office and he's got his hands like this, or he's standing and he's
Yes.
talking, and he's got his hands like this with that black jacket on. There's
Mhm.
significant meaning to this. Very, 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 very significant meaning to that, and also this one here. If someone's sitting there talking like this to you, there's significant meaning to that. And if you learn the differences in the meanings and the way people hold their hands as they're talking and the colors they're using, if you notice, and I've noticed this in the PM markets, a lot of people at different times will wear all black. And you'll notice Jan also wear black, but he'll take it further and he'll do these little hand signals like
Mm.
this. So you just, if you learn these different things, yeah, you'll find out some things. And
You know,
then
I
you'll
didn't.
find out if you should trust him or not, because maybe it might be good.
Um, I don't know about the hand signals. I can read body language pretty good, but the hand signals to me, when he puts his fingers together and he's not doing like an upper thing with the upper two fingers, that's more like he's really thinking
No, there's actual meaning to it, and it
or
has nothing to do with thinking.
pondering.
It's
Okay.
signals, signalings.
Well, who is he
It's
signaling?
He's actually
and
sending a message.
Who's he
yes,
sending it
messaging,
to?
signaling. There's just learn about it. Put
Okay.
on it what you want to put on it. There's
I may
meaning to
do
it. He
that.
always does it.
79. I'm guessing you're not giving a hand signal, you're giving a finger signal.
Yeah,
Where did you meet 79 JM?
everywhere. She's everywhere. No, I'm just kidding.
I
You know what?
love it. I just love
I,
it.
but she is like you just never know when she's going to show up. I think that I met her and Neil and like a whole ton of people at Salivate Metal channel.
Yeah, I don't go to the metal channels because it's not really something that interests me. You know, I did come to Neil's because I've never been in his chat,
Yeah.
and I thought it'd be fun, and it is fun.
Of course, it's
Um,
fun. I'm here.
well, I mainly came because JM is here, and he's such a calming, presence. But
Blame it on me.
you do have your fun times, Neil. You certainly do.
It'll
Tell
be
you what.
better come August, September.
What?
I was gonna say, tell you what, if you did go to one of Salivate Metal's live streams,
Hmm.
I can pretty much guarantee if you spent 15 or 20 minutes there, there'd be at least 30 people that you recognize.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, like a lot of them from my words game that that you may not
yeah.
know where you know them, and indies too. Like a lot of them have come
Yep.
over to indies.
Hmm.
Um, 79 says solid tracks all the weirdos.
Oh, by the way, hello, Indy, and I miss you. And I'll be so glad when you can come on next week. And I hope you're doing better. And I love you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave me a fake email address because I've been spamming her email address and she hasn't answered once.
Neil, you're so bad in so many levels. Indy, he only does that because he likes you. You spam all the time. Every time you come into a chat that I'm modding, you just put up, no hello or anything. I want to just like delete it so bad. But then I'm waiting for you to do it the next time and say hello. So I'm always giving you that other chance.
The first thing I say most of the time when I come to chat is buy silver, platinum, and crystallized hearts, and then I say hello.
Yeah, I know that. But
There's
the thing is,
psychological reasons I've been doing that for 3 years.
I know why you're doing it. I know exactly why you're doing it. But we all share your link out.
No, it's so people will get their thinking about silver, platinum, and crystallized osmium. Because if you say and see and write things down 6 times, you remember them. So it's a psychological. It's advertising. It's a marketing thing.
I know what
I
you're
did that
doing.
before I started my channel, so people would be interested in platinum and crystallized osmium.
You're advertising. I know exactly what you're doing, but you're not psychoing me.
Well, that's cool. But see, I just got a free advertisement from you because it bothers you and you talk about it, so it worked.
I didn't say your whole name. I didn't say the whole thing.
Doesn't matter. You thought about it, and that's what it's
I didn't think
for.
about
So
it.
it worked. Yeah, you did
I'm
because it
just
bothers
telling
you.
you. No, yeah. Well, no.
How could it bother you if you didn't think about it?
Okay, yes, no, and maybe. I'm so confused. You love doing that.
Yeah, I sure do.
It's a short trip. I'm always in
I
a
just
state
like-
of confusion. I just detour now and then.
It's
That's
fun.
funny.
God, this is just another case, and you're another case, Neil. And JM, this doesn't apply so much to you because you're much
Oh,
more
good.
mature in a good way.
Thank you.
There's
Appreciate
so many men that just retain that 13-year-old little boy attitude.
That's a
And
good
the laugh
thing.
too. Well,
It's
in
a
some
good
men it's
thing.
okay. But when they act like they're going through puberty, it's not a good thing. If they're already through the puberty and they're acting 13, it's not so bad. But I swear to God, I have not met a man yet that doesn't have that 13-year-old in him.
And the more it comes out, the more he's alive.
Well, that's a possibility. And JM, you were born an old soul, so you don't show that 13-year-old as much. Although I see it come out sometimes when you're playing with the dogs.
Yeah. No, I've heard it explained for people that follow astrology that because I'm Pisces,
Yes.
I've already been every other astrological sign. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but there's other people that have said that too.
Well,
I have not. Go ahead.
What if you're a Taurus with a Pisces moon?
You're Taurus, you're already
Right.
doomed, okay? That's all. I mean, look.
Well,
that's
how
you're
about with the
doomed.
Pisces moon on top of that?
See, then you can look at the Chinese astrology as well, right?
Yeah, there you go. And I think I'm a monkey.
I'm a mouse.
That makes so
or
much
a rat.
sense. I will say I have not met a Pisces man yet that does not have the calm demeanor that you do, JM.
Well, it's neat. Most of my friends in real life are under Chinese zodiac Pisces. They're um, mouse or dog.
Yeah, it's the monkey.
Under ours, most of them are Pisces and Aquarius.
I think in the Chinese zodiac, I'm a tiger, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it could.
I think I am. I don't
The
remember.
earth monkey, not just any monkey. Earth monkey.
You're an
One of
earth
my best
monkey
friends
as
actually is a
opposed
monkey.
as opposed to a space monkey.
Most. Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. You could have gone to space. Who knows?
And according to the Chinese zodiac, a 13-year age differential between men and women is the best mental age connection average. Because men are usually 13 years
Behind women.
less mature than their age. Yeah, well, less mature than their age.
Well, women mature faster anyway.
So guys should be in a relationship.
or that women are 13 years more mature than their age.
Yeah.
Either way.
What, JM?
I was gonna say, so does that mean that guys should be in a relationship with girls that are 13 years older than them,
Yes.
Or
or
younger.
No.
like for me,
Either or.
biologically, it would actually make sense for them to be older like that because guys' life expectancy is less.
Oh,
Well, you got to
God.
look at the natural selection of things, and that would be for breeding. So the older man going to the younger woman for breeding selection would be more of a natural.
Oh, that is so
That, that-
creepy.
that's the natural way of things.
No, no, no. The men go for the younger women because they're powerful and rich. A lot of them are the older men. And the women are hoochie mamas.
Gold diggers.
And that's
And
not all of life on this
they just
planet.
want the money.
That's just humans. And my description was in nature, which is all of life. And if you look at the monkeys, the pigs, and the cows, and the birds, and the bees, my statement holds true.
About what? I forgot it.
I'll leave that up to you to
No, I
rewatch.
don't want to do the breeding thing. No, 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 no. Birds and bees. Oh my God. Whoever's coughing, I hope you're okay.
Yeah, that's Neil. I
Oh,
think he's just
Neil.
getting over the sickness too.
Is he really? Have
A
you been
lot of
sick,
people,
Neil?
a lot of people seem to get it.
Well, I notice in the chats because the chats are more concentrated, and it's all over chats. People say that they're sick. And I don't like to say, well, it's going around because there's always something going around.
Fair enough.
So, but I have noticed that. I didn't know that Neil had been sick too. I'm sorry. I
In
don't know. I've
fact, I
been
think
lucky.
he was originally blaming it on Indy in a
Yeah,
joking way, saying he
he
got it
blames
from her
everything on
over the
Indy.
internet.
And then he turns around and blames everything on me, and I just blame everything on him. It's a never-ending circle. You're left out of all the blaming, JM. Good for you.
That's good. I'm good at dodging bullets. I can tell you
You
that.
sure are.
Hmm.
Every one of those bullets slam me that go past you. Thanks.
I have a tendency to dodge bullets.
Dodge those bullets. Restream. I've received 100 messages today with Restream chat. What does that mean, JM?
Believe
What's up,
that's
Silver?
actually it's a message for Neil, and
What?
I don't think it shows up in YouTube.
Oh,
Um,
no, it's showing up in the chat.
in the chat
What?
on StreamYard or on Restream, but I don't think it shows up in YouTube. I got one of those earlier. Read it, but I didn't get it this time. Read it again, Snooks.
Oh, just a minute. Um, where was I? Oh, now won't know what happened. Am I still here or did I freeze?
You're still here, but so it says you have received 100 messages in chat today or something like that, and it's a message from Restream.
Oh,
So I don't know. I think it's just a marker saying since you got on panel, there's been 100 messages or something like that.
what? Is everybody messaging Neil to tell them to get me off of here?
No, I think it just counted the number of
Messages in
things.
chat? Comments in
Yeah,
chat?
yeah,
I
exactly.
got it right?
I think so.
I
But
never win
we
anything.
could both be wrong. But
No, you're
I think
probably
you're
more
right.
right.
I think you're right.
Oh. Hi, Silver Boy Blues.
Hey, SBB is in the house.
See, there's a lot of people in here I don't know. I do know
Hmm.
Gerald because I think Gerald comes over to Indy's.
Yep.
I miss Indy. It's just not Friday night without Indy.
That's true. Like we didn't play any songs or any music or anything.
I know. But
But
she'll
I'm
be
glad that you
back.
came up. I'm glad you came up on the panel though, for sure.
Thank you, JM. Well, you mentioned
Mm.
my name coming up and how he could turn me up and down, and I just thought that was very nice, and I really wasn't going to, but I'm glad I did. JM is
Yeah, me
pan
too.
accepted. You're pan accepted. You're accepted by all. I didn't know that's what that meant.
You know how I figured that out was Miley Cyrus was in an interview and she indicated that she was pansexual. And I was like,
Yeah,
what in the heck is that?
I still don't
And
know.
well, pan means everything and anything. It means she could be attracted to a porcupine or a tree or like the tire on a truck, like anything. That's what pansexual is. So I think pan accepted, means like even the trees and
Well,
everything
you're a
is.
very acceptable person. But Miley Cyrus saying something like that, I'm sorry, that is stupid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
It was
I'm
several years ago.
I'm attracted to this tire. I'm in love with it. I may have to marry it. No.
I think it's more of a sexual thing though. You know what I mean? Like
Oh.
yeah, like she is basically open to hump anything. I think is the.
Well, thank you for explaining that so delicately.
Well, I tried not to use any profanity.
Wait a minute. Don't wear out my welcome. Does that mean I'm supposed to jump off now?
But I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with marriage at all.
Yeah, no, I know it doesn't. Not when it comes to Miley Cyrus.
Sorry to have to mansplain it.
No, that's okay. She's a very strange individual. I will say she's got a great voice, but she's gone through a lot of changes. She was married to Chris Hemsworth, and then she kind of went for women. Then she went back and got married to a man, and I don't think she knows what she is.
Yeah, and I'm going to agree too. I think she's got a wicked voice. I've heard her do a couple covers
No, she's
that
great.
like were way better than the original. Um,
Yeah.
it's interesting. I saw a picture of her beside Justin Bieber years ago as well, and I got this feeling that at some point they might actually link up and get married. Um,
She was with who? No, no. Yeah, no, Justin. Yeah. I think he married who he needed to marry to calm him down and even him out.
yeah,
If he'd married Miley Cyrus, they'd be divorced.
yeah. He was crashing cars all over the place and everything too. He was a
Yeah.
little bit out of control.
Silverboy, I'm very, very sorry about your brother and your mother. That's very hard.
Oh dang! I missed that in chat. I didn't read that until
Yeah.
now.
Well, I'm actually on the YouTube side, so I'm
Yeah.
seeing it better.
I think that's where I'm going to go. Is YouTube side.
Yeah, that's really tough, Silverboy Blues.
Yeah, very sorry.
Glad that you're back.
Yeah, I got nothing to say on that one, man. I don't really do family.
It's not a matter. What do you mean you don't do family? It's not a matter of doing family. It's just a matter of expressing, compassion. But that's okay. I'm very good at that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't have compassion for my family then. Is that better for
Um,
you?
no, no, no. That's okay. A lot of people have very fractured families and don't have good relationships, and I certainly don't judge that. Um,
Yeah, everyone's different. My family's really close,
yeah.
really quite tightly knit, except for my dad. But everyone
I,
else,
I
very
came
tight.
from generational estrangement. My father's mother died when he was 5, and his father remarried, and they had kids, and my father was totally pushed out of the picture, but his father kept his sister. So my father was raised by his great grandparents, and then he wasn't close to his sister. What are you trying to do show and tell for?
See that yellow tooth right there? That's because
Kinda.
the nerve ending's dead. Happened when I was 3 years old. It was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. My big brother, who was 7, told me, push on the door, pull on the handle and push on the door on a moving car. And being the little brother and trusting a big brother, I did it. I says, it didn't work. He goes, pull on it and push harder. So I pulled on the door handle and pushed harder like my big brother told me, and the car was going 15 miles an hour, and I flew out of it.
Oh,
So I really don't have much compassion for him. That was the first time my brother tried to kill me.
Oh, so it never got any better?
It doesn't matter. It could be perfect, and he still did that. At 3 years old, I was.
I'm
And he
just
tried
saying.
to kill me, so it doesn't matter if the tooth is yellow. The truth is yellow because he tried to kill me. That's why I have no compassion for my family.
No, no, no,
okay.
Neil, I'm just saying if it was a one-time thing, yes,
No, he
it's
tried to
not
kill me when I
good.
was 6 years old, too. 6
Okay,
months old, excuse me. He
okay.
was
I'm
supposed to hold me up in
sorry.
the bathtub, and he didn't. And my mom came back in about a minute later, and I was under the water.
I'm
Holy
so
shit.
sorry that you have these bad memories.
So if I
Well,
don't talk about
That's not a
family, it's
good
because
brother.
not everyone has a good family, okay?
That's
I
not a
know,
good brother at all.
Neil, we're all your family. We're your family. I may not be the best sister in the world, but I'm not too bad.
Well, some people just don't like talking about shit for reasons, and
And
some
that's
people don't
okay. You
like
don't
me
have
for
to.
reasons.
I was trying to talk about my generational estrangement thing. So I understand parts of that. But you definitely had more of a reason than, let's say, my grandfather did with his own son. So I get what you're saying. I'm sorry you have hurts.
Yeah, that's no big deal.
Well, it matters to me.
Well, it doesn't to me.
Well, that's okay then. It can just
Cool.
matter to me.
Right on.
Okay.
I'm
Got that
sticking my
settled?
tongue out.
I still won.
I'm sticking my tongue out all the same.
I don't care if you're sticking your tongue out.
Mom!
I can do it too. Indy. Indy has my back, you know.
Yeah, she won't let nothing happen to you.
She won't let anything happen to him either, but she'll have my back first. Poor Indy. I'm putting her so in the middle. Forget it. I have my own back. I take care of myself. I can deal with things. Thank you, Cheryl. I was on Steve Harloha's panel last night, and oh my God, I was up there with Steve and Dave.
And Dave's not here.
I know Dave's he's just the funniest, and Steve's the funniest, and Buff was up there, and yeah, we all had a very good time. Oh, and Peanut came up.
Yeah, I was there for a bit.
You were there. That's right. You were in the
Yeah,
chat. Oh God, I went
maybe
and
that
looked
hour or
at it,
so.
and I'm just so embarrassed.
About
Most of the time when I get on a panel and I go back and look at what I said, I get very embarrassed. Let's
like
just
if you
say,
did
when it comes to Steve playing songs anymore, I'm not going to be doing the sound effects.
Steve or Peanut.
Steve, when Steve plays his little, momentary songs, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
start dancing, and I'm making these terrible sounds. It's not a good thing.
You're having fun.
Well, yeah, it was a little bit too much fun.
Just back it off a bit. I think you'll be
Yeah, I
fine.
don't back it off
I
a
didn't.
lot.
I didn't notice anything, to be embarrassed about while I was there, unless you got
Well,
like right rowdy after I left.
no, I didn't get any worse. I just didn't get any better. I just have fun with the songs, It's just that, yeah. But anyway, live and learn.
I think you should. Enough things in life are heavy and tough to get through and everything. When you can just relax, kick back, and have fun and just be yourself, not worry.
I do have fun
Then
on their
that's good.
panel, but I'm a
Yeah.
terrible influence on Dave, or else he's a terrible influence on me, or it's just, we're both on that on each other. And Steve's not any better. He just sits back and laughs at it.
Hmm.
What's up, Chiz?
Hey, check stacker. So are you gonna play some music?
Nope. Yeah, I saved that for you guys' channel.
Come on,
That and I'll
Neil.
probably get a strike.
Get funky with it.
Yeah.
I want to hear you sing,
Last
Neil. Come on.
one week ago, Indy didn't go live. I went live and I got a strike. So I'm watching my cues on this one.
What you get? Tell me what you got a strike for without getting another strike.
Funny thing is, I don't have a fucking clue, and they took it away when I protested, and all I did to protest was write the letters HAHA. It was the fucking weirdest strike I've ever got. I never found out what it was for, and they took it away and just gave me a community guidelines warning.
Was that the first strike you've ever gotten?
Oh, fuck no.
Okay, well, I didn't think so. Um,
No.
okay, so you got a strike last week.
But then
Was
they
it
took
like,
it away and made it a community
okay.
guidelines warning or something like that.
Would you have not been able to be on for 3 days or something?
A week.
A week? Oh,
Two
well, I'm glad they
strikes, yeah,
took it away
because that
and
would have
good
been
for,
my
you know,
no. Excuse me, 2 weeks, because I already have one
okay.
strike. That would have been my second strike, and it's 2 weeks for second strike.
I thought that was 3 weeks.
Nope, it's 1 week
Okay.
for the first strike, 2 weeks for the second strike, and third strike. It's a permanent. You're gone.
Okay. Well, I'm glad, you're lucky that you just wrote that and got it taken away because I know other streamers and they just get a lot harder than that.
Oh, I used to do all kinds of logical explanations. I've just got tired of it, so I just wrote haha.
And that ended up being the most effective
Yeah, indeed it
broadcast.
was. That's amazing. It's the only one that worked. all the other logical explanations didn't fucking hold water, but when I said haha, boom, it worked.
It's almost ironic.
It is very.
I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in 3 to 5 minutes.
Make sure you come back with a bowl or a joint.
Well, I still got 2/3 of this one sitting right here.
Okay, you're good to go then. You can come back.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You are so bossy. He may be gone for 4 hours like he did the last time.
Nah, we ain't gonna stay on for 4 hours to find out. So
4 hours. That was so strange. I kept coming back and he still wasn't back yet.
sometimes I think people, no one in our crowd, but somebody nice that she reported me to YouTube many times. Uh, People leave their live stream on just to get viewing hours from people stopping by.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed hearing the birds sing. I could see snow falling, and a couple people came in and were concerned about him because he'd been gone so long. And
Well, I'm gonna have probably in about 4 to 6 weeks some brand new kittens videos coming for a couple months.
you're gonna have some new kittens.
Yeah, yeah. Chloe's pregnant.
Well, you can rack up the hours with
Yeah, I know.
kitten shorts.
I know.
But let me ask you something. Why aren't you monetized? You don't want to be?
Uh, you know, uh, I've been doing this for 3 years, and the closest I've come to being monetized is getting 2,400 viewing hours. And once I hit 2,400 viewing hours, they start going backwards. And it just fell to 2124. Now it's going back up to 2163 viewing hours.
What do
But
you have
I've
to
never
have?
gotten past
4,000? 4,000
3,000.
or something? 3,000?
3,000, yeah.
Okay, you put those shorts up. I'll hit them every time. I've
Yeah,
started
it's not the
looking at your
shorts.
shorts.
It's the videos where they do the shorts is a different count. You have to have 3 million views in like 3 months or something like that. And I've only got
Oh
like
my
75,000.
god.
Yeah, I'm not even close on the shorts views.
So you're gonna be putting up videos of the kittens?
Oh, I will be. Yeah.
Oh, animal videos, I mean, I fall for them all the time. I'll look at them.
It's Ninja's my best seller on that one. He's like, he did it again today. He goes, if you don't like my videos, go watch someone who makes cat videos. And I put in chat, I make cat videos.
I just started seeing your shorts the other day, and you do have some beautiful cats. I sent a short cat video to a Discord stream, and it was cats. It was people on their cameras that they have at the house saying hello to their cats from other places.
Hmm.
It was hysterical, the looks
Oh yeah.
on these cats' faces.
Oh yeah.
That was
There's
one of the best videos I've seen, different cat ones.
when I move down to Alabama, I'm gonna have one room with the cameras on it. Now all my cat stuff's in, and I'll probably have a outdoor area where they can go outdoor, but stay like caged in outdoor,
Mhm.
and I'll have like 24/7 camera going on
Why are you
YouTube.
going to Alabama? That's the big move.
No,
No?
no,
Why
it's
are
not
you
big.
moving
It's
to
just across the country
Alabama?
for several reasons.
Okay, well, tell me some if you want to,
Why?
because I wanna know and I'm nosy.
Well, I know that.
And you
Okay, I'll
live in
tell you.
California, you're moving.
The buying power of $1 here in California because of state taxes and regulations is about 88 cents buying power. That same
Mm.
dollar in Alabama is $1.12. So when I get my early retirement, which is a fixed number here in California, it would only be 88% of that check. To where if it's in Alabama, it's 112% purchasing power of the check. So I gain a 24% purchasing power by moving there on a fixed check, which is my early
Wow.
retirement. And that's one good reason. Another good reason is house prices have already fallen about 40 to 50% there. They're real cheap. And another reason is I got to be down in the Mobile, Pensacola area because it's the highest it was the lightning strike capital of America. And that's where I'm going to do my lightning crystal artwork. So
Wait a
I got
minute.
to be
So
doing,
you're moving to the lightning capital on purpose?
yeah,
Why what is it about lightning?
I'm going to do artwork with lightning.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I'm hoping so.
How do you do artwork with lightning?
Stay tuned. It'll be called the Lightning Strike Channel.
Oh, very good. When do you hope to move?
By the end of this year.
Well, go for it. I think that's
I
great.
plan on it.
I'd love to get like a yeah, I'm
and
can't do it, but I'd love to get like a travel trailer and pull it behind my SUV and travel the United States, but I just don't have the nerve.
right on.
But I think that'd be so much fun. If I had somebody to go with me, I might do it because they'd have to do the driving because I'd be too nervous.
Yeah, my days of traveling around the country is pretty much done.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting why you picked Alabama. Is that a red state or that's a red state, isn't it?
I I don't care. It's not about the politics. Politics change every 4 years. It's about the financing,
I think that's very clever of you.
and it's the 49th lowest property tax in America. So,
That's good.
yep, a lot of good reasons to go there.
Well, you've
And
definitely
also,
done your research.
I've got I'm a train safety coordinator, fall protection trainer, and they've got a steel mill and a shipyard down there. So I'll be out of the Western District Council, so I can go back to actual doing iron work and get paid top pay while collecting my early retirement.
When do you plan on retire? Are you working a job right now?
No, but I'm
Okay.
still in the union. I can early retire from the union. I'll get
Oh,
60% of my retirement if I early retire, and that'll break down to about after taxes and shit. It'll probably be like $850 a month,
well,
and I'll
aren't you
be
just the
taking that
most
at the end of
clever?
this year. It's a long-term plan. I remember in not kindergarten, in elementary school.
Kindergarten, it wouldn't surprise me.
It might have been kindergarten actually, but I was young, and I remember people saying, you have to have 3 retirements to retire good. So, I've got 2, and I just need to work on the third.
That's you really are pretty amazing that you started thinking this out so young. I mean, who else would do that?
you you want to know what I did in first grade?
Yes.
The teacher told us, I don't know what the fuck made her do this, but she's like, all right, go recess, but first I want you to write down on a piece of paper what you want to be when you grow up. And I was like, and everyone started writing shit down, and I saw, typical answers: fireman, ballerina, cop, doctor, whatever. And I was like, it really bothered me. She's like, the way she said it, what you want to be. I was like, I don't want to be anything. I want to own everything. So I wrote down, and I missed most of my recess because I actually thought about this, which is unusual for a first grader to miss recess for such a stupid question. But I actually thought about it, and I wrote down I want to own several companies, and I did that. That was in first grade.
That's pretty amazing. Like, you've got
So
a really high IQ, don't you?
yes, I do.
I thought so. I know I ask a lot of questions. It's just I like to learn about
Yes, you do.
people. Well, I like to learn about people. You can ask me questions. I just may not answer them.
It's okay. I don't want to ask.
And you don't have to answer any questions you don't ever want to. But that's how you get to know people.
I just like sitting down by a fire pit and fucking talking shit to get to know a person.
Well, no, you like to do all the cooking. You like to do all the talking. The problem
No,
is, I like to talk too.
I'll listen sometimes.
I know, not very often though.
Actually, listen more than I talk. It's just where I do my talking. It's not where I do my listening.
You've done really good tonight with me.
That's because I know Indy's in the fucking house.
But you know, she can't mute you from the chat.
No, but next Friday is coming up.
Oh, she could take it out on you.
Yeah.
So I'm a strategic thinker. Okay.
Yeah, you are. I'm not that strategic. I just kind of live day by day, and if it goes right, I'm very lucky. And so far, I've been having a lot of good right days.
Well, let me put it. Okay, this is the way I see things. In my union, I've been with for quite some while. Our iron workers, they got me a job in over a year, right? So I'm starting to snap on them. And a couple of 2-3 weeks ago, I fucking one of the BAs said something stupid to me. I fucking got mad at him and said, "Do you want me to come down there and have a face-to-face with you, motherfucker?" And then, I've had a couple other conversations. But anyhow, today I called up the president and I talked with him, and he was like, "Yes, sirring me." "Yes, sir, Mr. Hahn." So I think they're going to give me a job soon because they realize I'm getting pissed. And it's that they've got my history, and they don't like it when I get mad. It's not a Bruce Banner thing, but usually it's not good for them. So they usually try harder to get me work. And
you're just real charming with your words, aren't you?
I don't see. I'm not diplomatic.
No, you're not.
I can be. I can be very diplomatic. It's just with these guys. Why? They're freaking ironworkers. They lie like bitches, and I know it.
Well, if you know how you can talk with them and it's okay, then you can just keep it up.
Yeah, basically they respect strength, and I'm the littlest guy in the union, but I'm the strongest guy in the union. My record shows that, and I just got to remind them every now and then that they don't need to be screwing me over so hard because it pisses me off. And then they start calling me sir and getting me work, and they've just started calling me sir, so work comes shortly. I've pulled this 5 times over the past 30 years.
No, I kind of
used to be though. 20 years ago, we used to have a different style of ironworks. Changed. They've changed laws for working areas like refineries and shit, and you can't have felonies now. So we lost a lot of the old school ironworkers, all the murderers and killers and shit that we used to have. They all had to get out of the ironwork. So it's changed over the past 20 years. It's not like it used to be, but I still remember the way it used to be because I was raised in that environment.
I've always had things. I'm against the unions. Evidently, it works for you, but I'm against unions.
No, unions are great until they get corrupt.
I think they own you.
They get. No, you own them if you play it right. If you're a little weenie, they own you. Yeah.
But you're paying.
And our union's gone weenie.
You're paying.
But I remember
you're paying dues to be owned.
To own the jobs.
You're paying dues to them to be owned. That's the feeling I've always gotten.
Yeah, that's your feeling. The way I see it is, I turn it around and it's like, hey, I'm paying your salary. You work for me, and I start challenging in that, and they can't do nothing, especially the other people around, because that's the reality of it, and people just don't think about it. But it's just like the tax, the voter. Trump doesn't own us; we own him. We voted for him to do stuff. We didn't vote for him to do whatever the fuck he wanted.
I
He works
I
for
think
us.
he's doing what we wanted.
And this and the way I see my union is they're supposed to work for me, but they've gotten the attitude over the past couple of years because the business was so good and whatnot, and they got lax and kind of complacent. They think that we work for them. And so I just remind them every now and then, who's the boss. And I remind them, like I took one of my BAs, I just called a buddy of mine down in Southern California, he retired 10 years ago. Turned out he actually trained one of the BAs, and I was talking with the BA about him today. He's like, I know Perry. I was like, son, Perry was my partner before he trained you to do your job. And I told him that to remind him that, I was around before he was around, and he needs to straighten up and start treating me like a fucking man, or else he's going to get knocked down like a bitch. Because I'm old school. I don't take that shit for long. I'll let them fuck with me, but no, not for long. And they've been fucking with me for a year, and I'm tired of it.
Dang.
I think you do much better just being self-employed, making that.
Yes, that's what I've been trying to do, man, to get away from these fuckers. And that's why I've determined that this is my last year as an iron worker. Because I'm sick of this shit, man. But I haven't been able to get anything going. Everything I've tried is kind of like fucking puttered out. It's not that it's not going to go. It's just puttered out and not done anything. So, I still have to try and do iron. And that's cool. Nothing's easy or quick transition.
What do you do when it comes to ironworking?
What do you want done? I've done all of it. I've connected, I've done decking, I've done safety, I've done the plumb up, I've done the pre-job planning, I've been a safety coordinator. I've never been an operating air engineer, but that's another trade, so I can't say that. Welder, fuck, what else is there? Yeah, no, I've done it all. Several times. I got several t-shirts that says I've been there, done that.
You've worked a lot of different jobs in a short life because you're not that old.
I guess because I pick things up easy, I get to the top of whatever I'm doing quickly, and then once I feel as though I've done all I can, I usually move on to the next
You
thing.
get bored easily?
Yeah.
I knew that.
I'm very creative too. I was me and my partner when we were coming here back in 1996. We ran on money in Yankton, South Dakota, and I was able to talk this fucking contractor into letting us dry in 2 houses for him before the winter came because we needed money. Never met the guy before, nothing. Was able to talk him into giving us 2 houses to dry in. So I can get shit done if I need to.
I have no doubt. You seem to pick up on things very. What is your favorite job been?
Oh, fuck.
No, not that one. What's your favorite job been?
Job. My favorite job that I've had?
Yes, that you've done in your career yet, in your life.
Ironwork.
Okay.
Not so much the past 10 or 15 years. It's kind of gone soft. Before that, when I first got in, it was fun as hell. You were allowed to climb the fucking outside of the building. You're allowed to do all kinds of shit that they don't let you do now.
And JM, when you were gone for 4 hours yesterday and you said you were you working with the dogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it was the day before yesterday.
Well, it probably was.
Maybe it was yesterday.
No, I get lost. It could have been any day. Okay, so you're working with the dogs. Okay.
Yeah, like the whole reason I did that live stream was because it was snowing and I just wanted to see. Oh, you're right too. It was yesterday.
Okay.
It was Thursday.
And so this is your career. This is your job. You're self-employed with what you do with the dogs, right?
Yeah, I do. I've always got a couple things on the go, but that's the main thing. That's the main thing that I do as a living.
And you really love it, don't you?
I do, like, every job's got its difficult elements, and even walking dogs can have its tough times, especially when the weather's bad or the dogs are getting
Oh,
old or
hell
they're sick or
yeah.
they're injured. Like, uh, you, you just never know what's going to happen next. But yeah, on the good days and when the weather's great and everything's good, that makes up for it all. And so yeah, it's definitely much more enjoyable than an office job or like being in high pressure sales, um, 9 to 5, having to deal with a boss.
Well, you are your own boss.
That's right.
I
And I
think
wanted to
that's
mention the Silver Boy Blues too. Sorry to hear about you having to stay in a vintage lady pink everything apartment.
oh no.
But yeah,
Life has its way of putting you through hell.
that's right. I think he was saying that he actually wouldn't mind hanging out in the smoke shed for a bit.
Yes, I do know that this is Friday. Thank you, Gerald. Yeah. I'm not exactly
Friday,
retired.
Friday.
I'll just say that I'm divorced and I'm not working. I went through a 2-year divorce. I got what I deserved and what I wanted because we co-owned a business, and I was not going to get screwed out of the fact that I helped make that business, which would
Right.
have happened. So
I'm
I
staying out of this one.
yeah, no, I hired a very good female attorney because I knew it would intimidate the ex, and she was really good. And I got out of the divorce what I wanted to get out of it and what I expected and what was fair. So yeah, I have to say I'm very happy. I think marriage is great for people. I know people that are in great marriages. My parents adored each other. What are you
I,
laughing
I
at?
got it. You said fair. I was just thinking, can we bring your ex-husband up here and he'll say it was fair too?
Yeah, he would. He
Oh,
would definitely
really?
would. Yeah, I could have done a lot of damage. He took out a $90,000 line of credit behind my back on a business that we co-owned and that I would have been responsible for if he had defaulted. So yeah, I think it was fair. Um,
That had nothing to do with anything, but okay.
no, it was fair. I didn't cheat him out or take him he got the business, he got the debt, and he got a mobile home next door that he rents out and makes money on. And I got my house and I got alimony. So I wasn't going to, I wasn't trying to like stab him in the back. I was just going what was fair, equitable, from a business standpoint. You should appreciate that.
Yep. Yep. No, that
Like
makes
I said,
sense.
I'm staying out of it. That's why I never got married.
What
Um,
bugs me is when they go after everything and they're like, not happy with 50%. Like, I'm going to take you for everything.
Well, no, and Florida is a 50-50 state, and
Well,
adultery is not considered a problem. And he also had had a girlfriend for 6 months, which I did not bring into the mediation, and I could have and used against him just to intimidate him. So I was very fair about this.
Sounds
And I
like
don't
it.
believe that, I think when you make a marriage, it's 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 two people that make it and it's two people that break it. It's not just one. Well,
I think it's
sometimes.
always you.
Well, of course you do. I've only been married once, Neil. Okay, give me a break here.
I know I'm holding you responsible for every
Hey, I'm
divorce.
not saying I'm easy to live with. I am the first one to say that, okay?
I will 100% not disagree with that statement.
Thank you very much. I'm now doing a curtsy. Um, no, it does. I mean, one partner may be more abusive, and it could be the male or female. Women get away with a lot in marriages, and when they're abusive, they shouldn't be getting away with it.
Well, it's not just abusive. There's a lot wrong with all of that, all the divorce shit. 90% of the children go to the female, not the male, not even consideration. There's a whole bunch of things you can say either way. I just found the easiest thing to do is don't get married and don't have to be fucked with about it.
I will agree that many states favor the mother, and I think that that should be more investigated because there's a lot of great fathers out there and a lot of crappy mothers. So I agree with you on that.
It's true, actually. One of my best buddies raised all three of his kids as a single parent. Two children from his first marriage and a third child from his second marriage. And
Well, there's
both,
also statistics no one wants to talk about. Is they always say in the black community there's a high crime rate in the kids, and they blame it on a fatherless child. But yet the courts always favor the female, and
I
the
have heard
statistics are
that.
in front of their face that it's not that. So even our system's broken on fixing it.
No, I've heard that a lot. The father's not involved in the family, he's not there, and that's just not always true. That applies to any race. It's not just the black race, it's not just the white
I
race.
wasn't blinging up the black race. I'm
No, I know
blinging up
you
the black
weren't.
race because they've got statistics on that. I'm sure it's true for
No,
browns, blues, purples, greens, yellows, whites, yellows, purples, and every other color.
Neil,
The only
Neil,
statistic out there that I go on is the one that I know of, which is the black male for the family having a higher crime rate when the black father is not around. So I use
Neil,
that statistic. It's not a race-based thing. I don't use race for any of that bullshit. It's statistical. It's big
Neil,
difference.
you're going on the defensive. I wasn't
It's not
attacking
defensive.
you.
It's explanations. I don't
Okay,
like race-based stuff.
okay. Sometimes when you say things to me, you get very defensive, and it's like you feel like I'm attacking you, and I wasn't.
No, not at all. I get explanation. I give a more in-depth explanation because I don't think proper understanding was given.
Okay, can
You're
you give
taking
me
it
an
totally wrong.
explanation that's a little bit gentler, maybe sometimes?
No,
Oh, dang it. Look, we need to compromise here. I'm just saying. I do know that statistically that is said. And I
and
wasn't trying to,
statistically, mothers get the kids. So
yes.
statistically, the state and the courts are producing criminals, and according to their own statistics. And we accept it because
Okay.
the mother should be this, the mother should be this, that, whatever. But the statistics show that's all bullshit.
Yeah, they make assumptions too many times. It's
it's
assuming.
subjective. Every
It's
situation is
assuming.
different.
It is. Every situation is different. And there's men in this chat that I mod for, and a couple of them are raising their daughters. And from what they're saying, they're doing darn good. And they're raising their sons.
Yeah.
There's a lot of men that are mothers and fathers. There's a lot of women that are mothers and fathers. And I really respect them. What?
But there's no replacing having um, mother and father, very present in the raising of children.
I
If you're
think it's
missing
nice if
either of
both
them, I think,
parents.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's no, I think it's good for both parents to be present, even if they get divorced. But that doesn't always happen.
no,
They don't work it out. They take out their grievances on each other, on their children, and it's wrong. You leave the children out of it. So, yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to, unless one of the children interjects themselves in the middle of it.
yep,
Well,
that
yeah, it
could happen
depends on
too.
if they're older.
Yep, another family experience there.
Oh, Neil.
Yep.
I know you're not asking for a pity party, and I'm not giving you one.
I just don't want to talk about that shit.
I know, but you
We
just
could
did.
talk about McDonald's.
Oh God, don't go back to McDonald's. That's so bad. Oh, that's no, Neil goes to Burger King.
I only about maybe 3 times a year do a fast food, and it's
And
for 100% convenience.
and I think it's great. I think it's great that you do that. Convenience is a wonderful thing at times.
Well, usually it's work related and time related that I just need some food or else I'll fucking have like hypoglycemic episode. Other than that, I try to stay away from that
That's
type of
pretty
stuff.
good that you've got it down to that low of a frequency.
And it's only an emergency, like I said.
Yeah.
Typically, when I'm working and there's time constraints because of travel time and other shit I got to do, and I can't cook for myself, and I do need something in my belly because I have low blood sugar, high blood sugar, whatever the fuck it is, and I got to eat protein or sweets. So I'll do a quick stop just to get something to throw in my stomach, so that I won't have a hypoglycemic episode. And that's about 3 times a year. And that's where I'll hit a
Wait a minute.
fast food place.
You're hypo or hypoglycemic?
The exact opposite of a diabetic.
So, okay, I don't know what that means.
Hypo,
Are
I
you
believe.
hypo?
I
Okay,
believe
and
it's
that,
hypo.
I was
I need
diagnosed.
sugar.
Okay, I was diagnosed one of those a long, long time ago, but then I outgrew it.
I haven't. I'm also
Okay.
hyperactive and manic and a couple other things.
I know you're hyperactive, and I don't think see that as a bad thing. I don't know what you mean by manic because I don't really see you as that.
My brain doesn't stop.
Well, okay, now I see you as that, but I don't know that I don't call that manic. I call that like you're just highly intelligent.
I've got the
You're
mania under control.
well, except with me.
Uh, I do sometimes lose it, forget where I'm at when in middle conversation.
I do
Sometimes it
seem to,
doesn't happen
yeah,
often though.
I seem to be a trigger for you
Yeah, you do
because
some reason.
well, because you misunderstand my tone of voice. And I will tell you this honestly, though, I do have a tone of voice sometimes that I don't mean to have. And it does come out. And so I'm sorry if that tone comes out.
No, it's irrelevant to me. I don't worry about my feelings.
Well, you can't say that. I worry about people's feelings when they're like, I consider you
I
almost your
don't I
friend
don't act
working on it.
I don't act off feelings. I don't
I do.
respond off feelings. I respond off of commonsensical statements that I need to say at the time, I believe.
And
You know?
logic.
Yeah, it
Okay.
has nothing to do with emotion.
Okay. You see,
So if
I'm
you
the
put
total
emotion on it, and
opposite.
you're getting the wrong
But
aspect,
you
really.
okay, if I can respect that, you need to respect me. I'm like 99% emotion fed.
And that's I don't understand. So how can I
Um,
respect it if I don't understand it?
you don't have to understand it. You can just accept it and we can get along and compromise.
I can
See?
accept it, but that's not respect.
So you're saying you don't respect me?
No, you're saying I had to respect you, and I can't respect emotional people because I
No, I
don't
said you
understand emotional
can
people.
respect it. You can. I gave you the option.
Oh, well, no. See, then in my viewpoint, if I don't understand it, I can't respect it because I don't understand it enough to respect it.
Okay.
I can see the
Well,
conclusion of what it does, but if I don't understand it and I can't replicate it to take advantage of it, then
that's because
it's
you've turned off your emotional valve.
pretty much.
Okay. And if that's what works for you and keeps you protected in life, then that's what you need to do.
Pretty much.
I'd like to
It's
put a
I think
stopper on
it's
my.
like
Go ahead,
boundaries.
James.
Some people call it boundaries. Some people
Yeah.
call it putting up a wall, and you know. But I think a lot of people do need that protection. Uh,
I need that protection, and I keep saying I've got this 16-foot wall up, but in all honesty, I really am bad at it because there's a great big old gate.
I know, and then you start making funny sound effects during carnivores
No,
intermission.
that's a whole different stream, okay? That's a whole different
Oh,
stream of thoughts.
okay.
That was just bad, okay? But anyway. All right, despite the fact that you are who you are, Neil, I do like you as a person,
Oh, I don't not like you at all. I
if
do
that
like
makes
you. I
sense.
like
You just
the
don't
way I first
understand
started
me.
saying it didn't make sense.
Yeah,
No,
you
I
just don't
like you, or else you
understand
wouldn't be
me.
up here.
We should
I
have a
wouldn't have
death match. We
existed like
don't
this.
want to have a death match. He'd win. I'm emotional putty, okay? We can't do a death match.
Spar. I think she
Spar.
wants to spar.
We do spar. It's just, you know what, Neil? I've learned not to get hurt by what you say because I know you don't have, you're just not malicious.
No, I don't. It's not. There's no intent to it for harm.
No, you're not a
I
mean
don't
person.
intend. I don't intend to harm. So
No,
if
you
if you
don't.
take it that way, there's nothing I can do about it because it's how you took it. It's not how I said
Exactly.
it. And I
Exactly.
understand that. A lot of people have issues with that. I don't.
No, I understand it better. I didn't used
Yeah,
to. It
no.
used to really
If
offend
you
me.
ever see me get mad, or you'll know. You'll have no doubt.
Have I seen you get mad yet? And I
No,
missed it?
never.
I may
No,
have gone to the
no,
restroom
no.
and missed it.
Last time I got mad, it was with maybe 9 months ago. This dude in a fucking Harley would play his fucking music real loud and go up to his second floor apartment and leave his Harley on with the music on, and it was right behind my house. And it really pissed me off, so I ended up jumping over the fence and getting into his face. It just so happened to be the Hells Angels dude, and I forced him to move. I got mad that night.
You forced a Hell's Angel to move? What in the heck? How did you do that?
He got me mad.
You're a bad arse. Do you just use your words to really affect
My mom
somebody?
said it's something in my eyes when I get serious about wanting to hurt somebody. She says my
Oh,
eyes change, and she said she saw it one time. She said she even got scared. I don't know what it is. I don't have a mirror, but I do know when people when that line's crossed,
mhm,
you want to be on the right side of it.
okay. Well, I'm very sweet, but if you trigger me in the wrong way, I'll tear your throat out. You go after my son, I will tear your throat out.
No, I'm a nice guy.
So actually triggering me is I'm not going to tear your throat out. You go after my son, you try and hurt my son, you say anything to my son, I will come down on you so hard you will have trouble breathing. But most of the time, I've never done anything physically in that aspect. I can tell somebody in so many words what I'm going to do to them if they don't back off of me or my child, and it scares them, and I never see them again. So I'm very good with words.
Gerald and 79 are having a hoot and fucking chat.
Why? What are they doing? Tell me.
They're laughing at us talking about each other.
Oh, okay. See, I don't swear, so I swear like they do in England. I say arse and I say feck because it just sounds classier. It's still swearing, but it just sounds classy.
Yeah, it's like slang, swear slang.
But it sounds classy, see?
Okay.
Like I'm gonna kick your arse. I mean, that's a
Hmm.
lot better than saying it the English way or feck you. I mean, it just sounds better.
Yeah.
Or bollocks. I am emotional putty. P-U-T-T-Y, not P-U-D-D-Y.
You're a
I
spelling
think that you
Nazi.
spelt it that way on purpose, though.
Uh, maybe. I don't talk about how old my son is.
That'll give away that she's actually 72.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
That's not
no.
very nice. Wow.
Oh, yeah, you're giving me emotional damage. That's what
Hmm.
Steve says.
Uh,
Yeah.
Not really. I'm getting to know you a lot better, Neil, and there's more that I really can understand and respect about you.
Right on.
It's a good thing. I can't
Okay.
get him. I just can't. We're not gonna fight. Emotional putty. I can't get over that P-U-D-D-Y. That's too funny, Indy.
Oh, and 79 says pop a button.
No,
Pop
it's
the
shoot a
button.
button.
Okay,
What's
that was
pop a
still pretty
button?
close.
No clue.
Yeah, my eyes can change. I can look at somebody and they can see the daggers are coming at you right now and they're coming for your heart.
There's a
Yeah, pop
Pop
the
a
power
button.
button.
every human has.
Mhm.
Scientists have studied it. Women have it, old men have it. It's a circumstantial power, and that's where scientists have had real problems studying it. It's when on rare occasions, you see videos of, for example, a mother turning a fucking car over to get to her child. But yet, if her child wasn't in that car, she didn't have the strength to do that at all. But yet, at that time, she had the strength. There's a science of study to that, and it's also a thing I believe you can control that if you learn how to tap into that part of what every human has. And I believe the Chinese call it qi,
That's right.
qi power. And anyone can tap into it. Emotion for females seems to be one way to get into it, but there's other ways that I believe you can tap into that chi power, like Bruce Lee tapped into it, Chris Chan, and all those guys.
I've heard
But
about that.
emotion is one way to get there. It's just not
I've heard about
sustainable
that.
and repeatable.
My son was, I'm like a little under 5'4", and my son was tall at a certain age, and he was mowing the lawn, and he didn't like to mow the lawn, and he was younger, but he was old enough to mow the lawn, and he pushed it over his foot on purpose to cut it so he wouldn't have to mow the lawn anymore. Okay. So then he starts yelling, and I run out in the front yard, and he's run over his sneakers on by the toe, and the blade has gone all the way through the sneaker and cut his toe. He's got all this blood coming out. This is what I did. I picked that boy up in my arms, put him in the car, and believe me, he was not easy to pick up and weighed more, and put him in the car and rushed him to a walk-in clinic. That's where the power of a mother's love comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
He
bring
didn't
the
weigh.
sew with you so they could sew it back on?
Well, he actually didn't have to have stitches. He was okay, but he didn't have to mow the lawn ever again. Stinker.
I think he planned it.
He
Of
got what
course,
he
I'm
wanted.
telling you, he did it on purpose.
It's one of those one-time injuries, lifetime of pleasure. Okay, I'll do it.
Well, never had to mow the lawn again.
That's
I
when you
took
get a
up
weed
mowing the
eater.
lawn.
Get a weed eater. Say here, it's not a lawnmower, motherfucker. Get out there.
I should have just given him scissors.
That would have been great.
Yeah, but
Here.
then he would have cut his finger on purpose. I mean, I'm telling you, he was very clever. Still very clever.
That's funny. That sounds like the type of thing that Eric Cartman would do.
I don't know. I don't watch that. Who is he in? What is he in?
That's South Park.
Yeah, I know. Everybody gets on me because I don't watch South Park. I don't watch all these Family Guy and stuff like that.
Oh, that's all right. Anyone that does will get that, though.
I like that house picture. I was just daydreaming about it.
I do too. I could live there. Smaller one. I'd want a smaller one. I don't need that big one. That's too much to clean. But I could definitely live there.
You ever hear of Merry Maids?
Hear of who? Hear of who?
Merry Maids.
Oh, I don't want to hire cleaners. I like to clean.
Cleaning lady.
I like to clean. Yeah, no, I had a cleaning lady, but when I was married, and I like to clean the house. I don't mind. But I was also running an office, and I was also taking care of my parents
Sure.
the last 6 years of their life. And so I had a lady in her crew who came in once a week because I wanted my house clean for the ex.
Yep. That's actually a decent business, too.
Oh, yeah.
People want to be self-employed.
I actually do love cleaning my house and doing laundry. It's good exercise. And you have results.
And if you're at a spot like that in the picture with that house, you can go snowmobiling after, too.
See,
Yeah, I
now
wouldn't
that
want it in the snow.
it actually looks better in the snow, but
It does. But, Neil, can I just envision it in Florida?
no, hurricane would tear those windows out.
Well,
Take
I'd
the
make
roof
sure they're
off.
okay. I wouldn't have that many windows. They'd be hurricane proof, and I'd have like,
Just
4
think about the
anchors.
plywood you have to buy every year for hurricane season.
Well, I'd have shutters. You could have hurricane shutters.
I could
So
see
that's not
something like
bad.
that in northern Alabama.
Oh, I
In
can
the
see it in Florida
foothills.
too, okay, out in the woods.
Nope, you don't have
God, you are
woods. That's
so
swamp.
honorary. No, we don't just have
See, that's what
swamp.
you
That's
have.
the
Yeah, you do.
Everglades. That's the
Everything in
Everglades.
Florida is a swamp from central downward.
Oh
Only
my
about
God.
north of Tampa, it starts getting a little above sea level.
Well, I don't live down there, so I don't have the swamp.
You're too close
I'm
to it.
not a
All those
swamp
mosquitoes
critter.
and roaches.
You know what? I don't have roaches and I don't have skeeters. Skeeters don't like me
You,
anyway because my blood's not
you don't
sweet.
have any magnolia trees around you?
I have one across the street.
Those things are roach motels.
Do you know what's very odd is I was budgeting after the divorce and I got rid of the guy who sprayed outside and who sprayed inside. And since then, I've hardly had any roaches and barely any spiders. I was wasting a lot of money.
Huh?
That's
So,
weird.
no,
So you're saying like the spraying actually caused them to show up?
I don't know. But I also had a cat, and I'd wake up and some mornings I'd find a spider, and it was like she bopped it on the head. It was like not dismantled, its legs were all curled up, and it was still standing up, but it's like she hit it on the head. She took care of the spiders. Why did I need somebody spraying? She killed the roaches, and I just never no, I do have a gorgeous magnolia tree across the street, and, I really don't have a roach problem, Neil.
Yeah, just don't let them rake all those leaves. You'll start having roaches.
Well, I don't have a roach problem, I'm telling you. I've found maybe 2 in the last well,
When's the last time you had
year.
your eyes checked?
Pardon me?
When's the last time you had your eyes checked? You know roaches are fast. You might not
My
see 'em.
eyes are just fine, thank you.
Oh, just saying.
I wear glasses, I don't mind
That's
saying.
what I thought.
I wear computer glasses.
Throw out some disclaimers now.
Okay, I'm throwing out okay, I wear glasses. I see no roaches. That's even better.
Sure.
You wear
So you're
glasses.
convinced she's got cockroaches?
No, I don't have
It's
cockroaches.
Florida. They got cockroaches everywhere.
I
And
don't have them
skeeters.
in my house. You know why? Because I keep a clean house.
You probably have gators running through your backyard.
That's the problem. No, I don't live on the water. I wish I did, but I'm
You
glad
have
I don't now.
pythons and iguanas running around everywhere.
That's down south of me.
Sure.
And the
God,
snakes are in
just,
I don't
just
live near the
disclaim
Everglades.
yourself from Florida.
No, like you're more northern
What's up,
Florida.
Jeff?
No, I'm right dead center in Florida. I'm not
Right in
in
the middle.
Orlando, but I'm in the middle of Florida. Unlike if you look at Florida as a body, I'm the belly button.
That's where the sinkholes are.
I know, we already discussed this. You're driving me crazy. You're trying to terrorize me about my state. I love it here. I love it here.
Hey, Jeffro. Good to see you.
Just wait. A couple years, people will be talking about Alabama, Tennessee, Carolinas.
Well, I love the Carolinas. If I could, I would move to South Carolina. I could move to South Carolina. I just can't even bear the thought of packing up this house to move to a smaller house and downsize. So, yeah, I'd move to South Carolina. I'd like to be near the mountains.
There's a lot of gold over there.
Is there?
Yep.
You got to move to South Carolina then.
Nope.
You'd find it. Nope.
I know where I gotta go.
You do seem to know. JM, do you love where you live? Would you ever consider moving?
I'm okay with it. Yeah, definitely the winters are a little bit too long. Um, I like the idea of being here during the summer and down south during the winter.
So, like a real Canadian.
No, that's like a New Yorker.
A real Canadian.
New Yorkers love where they are in the summer and they come down
know
here
it.
for the winter.
In Florida, they got a name for them. You know what it is?
Snowbirds.
Snowbirds.
Right?
Actually, I'll tell you what, the snowbirds we get around here from up north are very nice, very pleasant, very polite.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's
If
because we
you were,
Floridians. No,
if you were leaving 20 foot of snow, wouldn't you be happy?
well, also, we
Pretty much it.
Floridians are very nice and very sweet to people.
That's true.
Generally.
Like, the times
Yeah.
that I was in Florida, like it was fantastic. I loved it there.
Yeah,
Where have you,
most everyone is pleasant in Florida, that's for sure.
Well, I think southern states in general, not just Florida. That could include Alabama and Tennessee. I just think people are very kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some areas though where you get too small town.
I didn't find New Orleans to be quite as kind.
No,
Mm,
exact opposite.
yeah.
It's like the cesspool of the fucking uh, what's that redneck Riviera.
I did okay though. I got pickpocketed, but that was the worst thing that happened to me.
Dang. Where have you come in Florida? Where'd you go to?
Sanibel Island.
I
It's
love Sanibel Island.
and it's really nice. Like that would be a beautiful retirement spot. I could consider that
If you can
year
afford it.
round. But they got hit like devastated by those tornadoes, hurricanes, whatever you want to call them.
See,
Not just the
that's
recent. Go ahead.
that right there. What Jeffro just said. He likes Florida, but property insurance too high. Not only is property insurance too high, they're dropping people left, right, and center, which means you're going to lose your house.
Yeah, you have to self-insure.
Yeah.
So if you're going to
Yeah,
pay $500,000 for your house, you better have a
a half
million.
million at
Well,
least.
Hmm.
Yeah,
yeah, a
it's
million
like
total.
it's gonna chase people. It's gonna financially bankrupt people.
But inland is not the I pay property insurance and it's high, but it's not as high as if I were coastal, I don't think.
Yeah,
And
but
Yeah,
they'll
because you're more
probably
mainland.
cancel you still.
no, I don't think so. I'm with a really good company. Um, Let me ask you, JM, don't you laugh at me, I swear to God, Neil. You and that laugh. JM, let me ask you something. Sanibel Island has gotten hurt by many hurricanes. These last two really damaged them, but they get hurt by hurricanes all the time because of where they're located. But you have to be very rich to live on Sanibel Island and Captiva.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying. But it is
Captiva's really nice
gorgeous.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Captiva is probably more affordable, and it's just as beautiful.
yeah. I was only there a couple weeks at a time, so it's not like I was living there. But
Well, even going there and staying is expensive, but I'm glad that you got the opportunity to go. It's really gorgeous. I would love to go back there. I went there for my honeymoon. Um, no, not for a honeymoon, for an anniversary,
yeah,
but it was beautiful.
yeah. There's some really nice resorts there, and the
Hmm.
energy is so good. Like where I stayed
Yes.
when I was younger then too. Like I was like 17. All the kids would go from one resort to the next and party.
Go pool hopping.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
So Jay,
that we used to do that on Pensacola Beach. The best pools on the beach were at custom resorts where you had to have like a keep card or something. They kept track of all the people that were renting there or whatnot. And we used to be able to,
Right.
because locals worked there, we'd be able to get slid in a side door or something and hit the pool. And they every now and then they'd come around like checking door key numbers or something to chase away people like us.
Yeah.
Party crashers, I guess. I
And you
don't
know
know.
what? I don't remember ever seeing a fight either. Like the energy was good. It was just everyone was there to either relax and chill or just have a good time. And
you
yeah,
Yeah,
didn't
you
get in
don't.
trouble for going pool hopping? You didn't
No,
get caught?
they just, yeah, they would. We'd find out ahead of time they were starting to check, and we'd leave before it came in. We'd always leave before it came in this year.
Yeah, I never did that. But you haven't been to back to Sanibel since you were 17, JM?
yeah, I went a couple times. So I would have been like 16 the first time and 17 the second time.
So you haven't been back to Florida since you were 17.
I was in Miami for a day or so since,
That's all
but
you
that's
need
just
is a
be,
day in Miami. You don't need any
well,
more time than that.
it was a stopover because I was actually in Belize. So on the way back, we had a stopover in Miami.
Yeah. Yeah,
But yeah,
Miami's
no, like
changed a lot.
I haven't spent a lot of time in Florida other than Sanibel.
I thought you'd been down here recently for some reason. I don't know why.
No, I think we were discussing surf and turf. So maybe you had like a visual
Yes.
in your mind that I was there.
Yes.
Surf and turf.
Possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Neil likes crab legs and prime rib.
Yep. No.
And
Yeah. No, not prime rib. Ribeye.
okay. And JM likes lobster and ribeye or prime rib.
Yep, both. And
Okay.
like bacon wrapped scallops are right up there with
Yes.
lobster.
Well, that's an appetizer.
It depends how you look at it.
Well, you can have it as an appetizer. That way you can have it all. But I
I'm gonna
decided
agree.
after Neil said the crab legs that I wanted crab legs, lobster, and ribeye steak. No, prime rib. I like prime rib better.
Yeah, we used to go to Peg Leg Pete's on Pensacola Beach and get oysters on half shell and a bucket of king crab legs with Killian's Red.
Mm. You know, I've tried oysters a couple times, and I just don't understand. All you do is you just
Yeah,
they
I don't
go down your
understand either.
throat. You don't chew them. You don't eat them. They go down your throat. What's the point?
The point for us was the crab legs were cheaper if you bought them with oysters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And this is how you would look at it. I understand it. I totally get it. That's so funny. Oh, we had a place, I don't know if it's still there, that you'd sit at a picnic table and it would have holes in the middle of it, and you would crack your crab legs and then you put the crab legs in the hole, which is a trash can. My problem with cracking crab legs is that I get so much of the crab meat in my hair, my body, and my face, and not enough in my mouth. I'm really bad about eating crab legs. You just don't want to go out with me when I'm eating them. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, crab legs are kind of messy though to begin with. Yeah, you gotta be
Well, and
slurping them
sometimes a crab leg will
and
fly and hit somebody in the head. I've done that too. Or a lobster
Oh well, you
claw.
guys just don't know how to peel a crab. That's
I
all.
don't know how. It's the same thing
And
with
you should get a big
lobster.
old 3-4 inch piece of freaking meat, dip it in the butter, pull it out, and have that little cartilage piece in the middle, and then break the other piece apart. Do the same. You got to
It's
get
the
good with it.
breaking apart that's an issue.
You just got to you do it more.
No, I need somebody else to sit with me and do it for me.
Then you'll never learn.
Thank you. On some things I'm good with on that.
well, you just have to pay attention while they're doing it then, right? So you can learn how to do it and then
Well, the
impress
problem
them.
is I want to eat them really fast because they're so good. I don't bother to look at how anybody else is doing it.
Hey Neil, I just shared a screen. I was hoping you could
That's
put up there
another.
while we're talking about seafood.
Where are all the kitties from?
Oh, that's just an online picture.
No. Bacon wrapped scallops.
Lobster. Definitely like lobster. It's right up there.
I got the volume turned down.
This
Yeah.
is broken here.
You know, I just
That's
had.
okay. I'm going to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10. See, the bacon seems like it's moderately crispy.
Are you eating that right now?
Oh yeah, man.
I'm okay
Oh,
with
you're a
it either
bastard.
way. If
No,
it's a
he's
little
not.
soft or if it's a little crispy.
Oh my
Ooh.
god!
We'll just dunk
The
that
bacon
right
could
in
be
there.
cooked a little bit better. It's a little too soft.
Yum. I might need another.
I don't like it
paper
too
towel here,
crispy,
too.
but I agree with you. Yeah, it was a little. Anyway, I'll fast forward.
Oh my god! I'm hungry.
If it's too crispy,
For global
then
warming.
it won't wrap. It won't stay wrapped.
Bacon.
Well, that's why you got a stick running
So
through
with
it.
that,
Hey, you gotta
I'm going
listen
to
to
have
this.
another bacon wrapped scallop.
I'm
listen.
dying.
And if we
Oh my
focus on
God.
the negative, we tend to receive negative back. And I've found if we focus on the positive, we receive positive back. And so with that,
I'm positive that's
I'm going to
delicious.
have another bacon wrapped scallop. Frickin' yum.
I
There's
am
nothing
positive
negative
that's
about
delicious.
that.
Oh
But
God! I hope you
so
enjoyed that as much as I did. Fuck.
they had a side thing like greens, which I'm gonna show now. Here, watch it.
Still trying to figure out what this is.
I have no idea what it is.
It's some sort of green material. I don't know if you could break it up and roll it up into something or what, but
Looks like a type of kale.
I thought it was broccoli.
I don't know.
It's like
I'm definitely more than happy to give this away. If anyone's hungry, they can.
Give it away.
It's bunny rabbit food.
Somebody else try it first and tell me if it's good. Let Mikey try it. He'll try anything.
You know, it's funny. I heard the vegetarians are actually responsible for global warming and for all the pollution in the air. And the reason is because plants actually process carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
That's what they thrive on. They like carbon.
Yeah.
Carbon dioxide. So they talk about, you know, your carbon footprint. Well, plants and trees actually consume that carbon dioxide. And what do they call it? Photosynthesis?
Yep.
They convert it from carbon dioxide into oxygen. So every time we eat a plant or a plant-based food, guess what?
We're killing ourselves.
It's reducing the amount of carbon processing and carbon conversion into oxygen.
So that's why
actually-
that's why I'm a carnivore.
So
Anyway,
vegans are
I think
actually
that's
killing us.
very interesting. It's a little bit funny to think about. Give that a thought.
Anyway, you guys get the idea. I eat all the stuff there. Oh,
Dude, I'm so jealous.
No.
and here's the end.
Right here. I want to show you that as much as I've received, I'm still giving. So what I did is I
You
got
want my
mine
address?
for free,
Please send me some.
and I'm doubling down. So I got another one. And another one. And another one.
I was hungry that day.
And another one.
Let's say. You
now
never
you should
go
be able to
shopping
see-
stoned.
That I'm giving away 4 times as much as I receive. I'm not suggesting or recommending that everybody else do that, but that's how I operate. And I find that it almost always comes back. And when it doesn't come back, that gives me something else to think about. Anyway, just wanted to highly recommend, if you've never tried bacon wrapped scallops, try them. And if you're ever in my town, let me know. Worst case, I'll treat you to some bacon.
Man. Yeah, that was good. I actually just had
Yeah, bok choy.
bread battered shrimp, like 12 of them.
I think Jeff Bodine was right that it was bok choy.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, thanks for letting me share that.
Oh man, thanks for sharing it. Crap.
Definitely agree the bacon could have been crispier.
Yeah, not much, because once it gets too crispy, it actually takes it takes away from the bacon if it gets too crispy.
Oh, I was muted. I was going to say, JM, I was telling you that was so nice that you did that. I love to give, and I have found that it comes back to me 100 times over. It really does.
It should in the long run. I've found, it doesn't always right away, but
No.
in the long run it should. And sometimes, a lot of the time, I think you shouldn't be doing it because you're expecting it to come back. It's about the energy of, like for that video anyways, was like I treated myself and I had, a fair amount of extra cash at the time. And I was like, oh man, why should I just indulge myself and not share it around, right? So
That's a beautiful thought, man.
It is. It really is. And I'm not looking to get anything back. I just, I just get such joy. I would rather give than receive. I get very embarrassed, but giving is very easy.
yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's like a gift to me.
It does suck though when people take advantage of you, and I have run into people like that for sure.
Mm,
Uh,
Yeah, I always tell people I'm a pitcher, not a catcher.
there you go.
hmm. Yeah, good thought there. I don't find that it has happened to me financially or with anything any other way. It's happened with me emotionally.
What's up, host? Glad you caught that one. Not too
I
many
catch
people
a
did.
lot of things you say. I just don't let you know that I caught them. Okay. I get what you're saying a lot of times. Ooh, prawns. I have not had prawns in a long time. You can't get them in Florida.
Is that not the same as shrimp?
No, it's bigger shrimp. It's huge shrimp. It's like a cross between a huge shrimp and a small lobster.
It's
Okay,
like calling a crawdad a lobster.
You
gotcha.
can't call a crawdad a lobster.
Yeah, you can.
I don't like crawdads. I just never been able to eat them. But
You
prawns are
always can
just,
see
I don't
them.
know. To me, they're just bigger and they're sweeter and they're just good.
Starting to think I've never had a prawn,
Um,
but I've had like loads of jumbo shrimp.
I
That's
love shrimp.
yeah. I
I love
used to like them
seafood.
battered, but not anymore.
Yeah, I don't eat fried foods, but I did like them battered. I'll agree with that. Um, I like cold shrimp, boiled shrimp,
Popcorn shrimp,
Forrest Gump shrimp,
steak
Bubba Gump
shrimp,
shrimp.
burger shrimp.
Good.
Shrimp etouffee, jambalaya.
I've never
Shrimp.
had. Now, what's the difference between etouffee and jambalaya?
One's an etouffee and one's a jambalaya.
Thank you. It was so
No problem.
simple.
I
It's
like
so
helping.
simple. You just make it so easy. Thank you.
I'm here to help.
I know. You're such a big help. Now I'm gonna have to look up etouffee and jambalaya because I know there's a difference.
I've never.
Jambalaya is a mix of shit, and etouffee is specific shit.
Where's my Kleenex?
Did,
I gotta
did, did,
muffle my laugh.
did that clarify things for you?
Totally. I'm now muting. I'm having a giggle fit.
Uh,
Was that too simple an explanation?
It might be, but it's okay. I'm gonna go with it.
I thought it was extraordinarily comprehensive.
I don't know. It could have been very complex.
Mm,
I know what jambalaya it is. It has like sausage in it. What do they call that sausage?
Red beans
Uh,
and rice.
Italian sausage.
no, it's not
Usually.
Italian. It's God. They call it something else in New Orleans. Bodine. I think that's a type of New Orleans sausage. Bodine, Boudin. Could be wrong. And it has
This
shrimp
says
in it.
andouille.
It
And
sounds kind of
Dule,
like
thank
bologna.
you. Yeah, bologna.
Bologna.
That French word, bologna.
Bologna.
Um, yes, that's what it is. Thank you.
No worries. The old
Um,
Google machine worked for me.
yeah, that's what it is. And I think etouffee has rice in it more than it's more of a rice-based dish, maybe, but I don't know for sure.
I know if I want seafood, I go to Pier 39.
What about seafood?
If I want seafood, I go to Pier 39.
Is that a
Oh,
restaurant?
that's in California. I've heard of Pier 39.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Didn't it burn down a couple times?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That was insurance collection.
Probably.
In fact, I just read about it burning down again the other day, a couple weeks ago.
I hope it does, because I built a nice building catty corner from the dead center of Pier 39, where the crab sign is stating Pier 39. Caddy corner from that, I built a 2-story building like 15 years ago. One of the best jobs I ever had. Go to lunch down there. We're already right there at Pier 39. It's like, oh wow, we don't have
Yeah.
crab today, steak. We don't have lobster. What's up, guys?
Pier 39 is not actually on a pier, though. It's just called Pier
Mm,
39, isn't it? Is it on a
mm,
pier? Well, that's not the one that burned down. Then this
it
wasn't on a
goes.
pier.
Part of it is a pier.
Okay. I guess that's why it says Pier 39. I gotta Google etouffee now. I just like the word etouffee.
I'd never heard of that word before. Never heard of it.
It's a Cajun word.
Yeah, I know. I dated a Cajun. Very interesting person. He taught me how to steal steaks from a store. Well, I
Sounds
lived with
Sounds
people,
like a
and
Cajun.
I lived with people, and I was the food provider. That's what I did. Um, it consists of thick, chunky gravy ladled over rice. I was right about the rice. It's got to have something more. Oh, you can put shrimp in it. You can put crawfish in it.
With jambalaya, you can throw anything in.
Yeah, pretty much. But you got to have that sausage.
Yes, and rice.
That's the big part of it.
And it comes from
pretty
the
much-
Cajun heritage of French Indian mix of where the hell did Cajuns come from? French Indian mix, I think it is. That
Yes,
settled
I think it is.
settled down there outside of New Orleans in the swamps. Matter of fact, they have a town. It's pretty much full Cajun. They speak Cajun, which is a dialect of the French. It's not actual French, but it's Americanized French, I guess. I guess it's called the Cajun language.
Well, he definitely had an accent.
Yeah, they got a French accent, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, he did. He'd say American words, English words, and he'd mix in a few Cajun words. It was interesting. And just because he taught me how to steal steaks doesn't mean he was a bad Cajun.
That's
Put the
just a
steaks
Cajun.
down my jeans and with a baggy shirt over it. I have had my times.
Well, it sounds like you got away with it.
I did. Well, I did. And I was
It's a good thing.
thinner then, and the steaks added a little bit bulk, but it didn't make me look fat or anything.
Oh, you're pregnant.
No, I didn't look pregnant. I didn't look pregnant.
That's not 10 pounds of steak, hon. I'm just pregnant.
No, I only stole 2. Oh God, I was so glad that I didn't get caught.
Right? That would be an embarrassing thing to get caught.
It
for.
would just be horrifying. Horrifying. But, at that particular time in my life, you don't think ahead of time of what could happen. You're just going for, I guess it was an adrenaline rush.
I thought you were going to say you're just hungry.
Well, I was trying to feed other people.
Yep.
We lived on a lot of rice and chicken.
Yeah,
You
there's
could
no
stretch that
Yahoo and
far.
beer nowadays.
Pardon me?
There's no. Jeffrey was saying AI detectors in stores now. There's no Yahoo and beers nowadays.
Are there AI detectors in stores now?
Detecting if people are
Theft.
shoplifting.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't even think about it anymore. If I can't afford it, I just don't buy it.
Out here in California, it was so common just to watch someone pick something up and walk out with it, because it wasn't they made it a non-crime crime, I guess. I don't know. It's like $900 or some shit.
Yeah,
It's
I
pathetic.
remember that.
Costs lots of problems for people who actually follow the law.
Well, in the business owners too.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
they had to
that's
start barring things up, and then you had to start waiting for people who had keys to come get products you wanted, and it took 5 times longer. And it was like, what the fuck? Just change the law. I remember one time I was at Walmart. Oh my god, this is funny shit. And the 2 ladies were there, and I was waiting for someone like that, and I said, "This shit's ridiculous." They're like, "You got that right." I was like, "All because they allowed motherfuckers to steal $900 and get away with it." And they looked at me like, "You're damn straight." I looked at them. We need to vote these motherfuckers out of office right now, because everyone was bitching and saying the same thing. That $900 before you can arrest them. This bunch of bullshit. It's costing all of us fucking stupid.
I know that employees got arrested for trying to stop them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous. It was
they
pretty
Yeah.
much
did.
personal.
People that were doing the right thing got in trouble. Yes. I was actually kind of concerned in this neighborhood because I all the time act like the cops because they hardly ever come around. And I was for sure someone was probably going to fucking try and get me arrested for doing the right thing.
Why'd you try to stop people?
22 years. And I've more than tried.
Oh,
I actually have chased out the Norteñas and the Hells Angels out of this neighborhood over the past, and a Samoan gang. I'm not sure who they were with, but they were hooked up with the Horan that was in this town. Got rid of them too. I don't know if they were Samoan gang. There were a bunch of Samoans. I don't know who the fuck they were with. So.
a Samoan gang. That's the first one I've heard of.
They
I
were
didn't know
part
they
of
had
a
Samoan gangs.
beatdown house. The beatdown house is an area where you take young ladies and you teach them how to be whores and handle being beat.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, and I was very aggressive in shutting that one down. I actually got in the way of a federal investigation, and they stopped the investigation because I was investigating it. And of course, I'm not a cop, so I shouldn't have been investigating it. But I was calling everyone in the freaking world and telling them about it. Nothing was being done. So I went and started investigating it and turning over pictures and evidence myself to the cops. And then I found out the people in the second floor of the house that I was hiding, kind of using as a hiding thing to do my investigation on, was actually rented by the FBI, and they were watching me watch them. So.
Hey guys, I just wanted to interrupt you for a second. Snooks, remember you were talking about the thing that came into your chat that said I've received 100 messages today with Restream?
Yes,
I just got one. It just popped up. And
for you?
Yep. So I copied it and I just pasted it into the live chat, so you and everyone else can see what it was.
Yeah, I don't think Neil had seen it because
Interesting.
yeah. What do
Yeah,
you
I'm not
think that
seeing that.
means? What do you think? Well, you got one too, Neil.
Where it says
Sure.
Restream there, like that's who it's from. It's from Restream.io.
Is that a bad thing? Someone's complained 100 times about me or something?
No, I don't think it's bad at
Hmm.
all. You got one earlier, Neil, but you were like not present at that moment.
I think it's tracking
You're
how
Rockefeller.
many people are chatting.
Well,
Yeah, maybe it's the activity level of the chat.
Yeah.
well, it's got a gold cup next to it, like you're a winner. So
Hooray.
that's a good
Ninja
thing.
encourages people to fucking chat a lot because he said it helps the algorithm or some shit like that.
Well, God
So
knows I talk a lot.
It's exactly what it says. Probably the number of actual chats listed down, in the chat itself, the number of interactivities between the people there.
But the way it's showing up on my screen is the message is from Restream. And
Yeah.
it looks like they are saying that they've received 100 messages today with Restream chat.
Well, they're controlling the chat, so maybe their algorithm, that's their algorithm over StreamYard's algorithm.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt you there, but I just
No, not a problem.
pop that in there.
I always win, Indy. It's a mindset.
But you don't always win in JMs. I just want to say that. But it's nice that you think you do.
No, see, that's where you're wrong. And I'll
Comes right
explain it.
back.
I'll explain it to you.
I'm
My
sure you will.
version of winning and your version of winning are different.
Okay.
Participating is winning, in my view. So I always win. And that's a positive reinforcer that builds up self esteem.
Okay, let me tell you how I feel about that. That's like
Well, it
everybody gets
doesn't
a
matter. I
particip
do it for me, not for you.
Okay, but that's how everybody that's what people think when they're playing like kids are playing on a team. Y'all get a participation trophy. That's not a good thing. You're
No,
not earning
I'm,
it. You're
I'm,
not
I'm not,
earning
I'm not,
it.
I'm not gauging my win on the game. You're misunderstanding.
I always misunderstand you.
The game has nothing to do with I win. I win all the time. It doesn't matter the game. It's
But
it's a, it's a it's a mindset.
you're
It's a
in there
mindset,
you're in there to compete in a game.
and I don't.
Okay. I'm very
JM will
competitive.
tell you. I'll put in all weird names and stuff, and not even show up on the counter, and he'll even tell me, Neil, are you gonna play? And I'll have
I
been
think
there
you
for like
always used
20
to put the
minutes.
you always used to write the letter 7
Yeah, or Blackbeard,
for
or
7.
you know.
I'm very competitive, but I'm also a good sport because I love when other people win. It doesn't bother me at all. If I'm ahead on the board for a while, that's funny. If I'm number 2, number 3, or at the end, I don't care. I just enjoy playing the game. But I am competitive.
Good night, Gerald.
Sweet dreams and gentle slumber, Gerald. We've been on here a long time. I'm fixing to
Yeah.
jump off. It's almost 1 a.m.
Holy cow, you're on the East Coast.
Yes, I am.
Right on.
Time zones are a tragedy sometimes. But I am
Yeah.
gonna jump off. I've had a great time, and thank you, Neil, for letting me
Excellent.
up, and thank you for
And
modding me.
anyone's always welcome. I always have the link pinned for anyone to come up on any of my podcasts. You can come up.
This was a lot of
Anybody.
fun.
Right on. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did, I really did. I mean, if you're doing a stream and you're talking metals and stuff, of course, I'm not gonna come on the panel, but I may come in here and learn stuff.
Well,
J
I was patting myself on the back at the beginning of the stream because for the past year and a half, I've given the explanation for why platinum is a good investment, and
Mhm.
the World Platinum Council just came out with a report, I guess, or a paper stating almost exactly what I've been saying for a year and a half about platinum. But it took the Platinum World Platinum Council a year and a half to come out and say it.
Well, good for you. You should pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, I was a year and a half ahead of them.
Well, you seem to be ahead of a lot of people on many things, but
Yeah.
that's okay. That's a good thing.
Well, when
I
it
think
comes to
that
financing, it is.
I think a lot of us learned from you.
I,
I
I,
can say
I
I
coach
learned
people.
from you.
I mean, I don't come on here just to hear myself talk. I'd like to, think I'm passing on information that's, valuable in one sense or another to someone.
Mm, I think it's good. All right. Well, I'm going to say good night, Neil, and thank you, and good night,
Not a problem.
JM, and thank you.
you,
Uh,
you see what
eh,
Cheryl said?
it's so Neil is never wrong. Well, no, I'm wrong a lot, and it is my fault.
No, she's being funny.
I know she is. I adore Cheryl. She's the sweetest lady ever. All right. Good night, chat. Loves and hugs to all of you. Sweet dreams and gentle slumber. Love you, Indy. And good night to all of you. Good night.
Thanks for coming up.
Oh, thank you, Neil.
So, is JM asleep? I don't hear the background noise, so I imagine he's muted. Talk to you later, Gerald. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. It's been 3 hours. I appreciate everyone showing up, and I appreciate that from Restream, I got a gold medal for you guys talking so much. I appreciate that. It had nothing to do with me. It was all you. I guess that's why they call it YouTube. Anyhow, thank you very much. I pretty much just came on tonight because Independent Mini, for the second week in a row, didn't do a Friday live stream. So I had to step up. It's all her fault. Always is. Anyhow, you guys have a great weekend. And we'll chit-chat on the next live stream, no matter whose it is. Have a great evening, guys.